following is a presentation of Flow Sports.
Good afternoon, FloRacing. Happy race day.
Just how lucky we are to be able to tune in the Flow and watch pretty much any race we want.
This is what you say for. We are free.
Again, if you're just coming into Waynesfield Raceway Park, engine heat for the 34 NAPA Auto Parts All-Star Circuit of Champions presented by Valvoline Oil for the 44th annual Overwatch Precision Ohio Sprint Speedweek presented by Kistler Engines and Kistler Racing Products. Actually, night number 4 of Ohio Sprint Speed Week. We lost 2 to rain. Sunday at Millstream and Tuesday at the Eldora Speedway. Opened up Friday at Attica Raceway Park. Craig Mintz, who is here this evening, picked up the win. Saturday at the Sharon Speedway, Seth Sabo picked up his first career All-Star win. Monday at the Wayne County Speedway, Caleb Henry got a flat tire, went to the rear of the field, and in the last corner of the last lap, went from third to first to pick up the All-Star win. And again, Tuesday rained out at Eldora Speedway. Wednesday was a rain date. Nobody wanted to use it, and it rained anyway. And here we are Thursday at Waynesfield Raceway Park. Tomorrow at the Fremont Speedway. And Saturday wraps up with a $10,000 to win finale at Wayne County Speedway in Orrville, Ohio. Some interesting driver changes of note. Devin Borden going back out west to drive a different car. So Tim Schaefer has stepped into the seat of the Brian Grove Racing 45 this evening. Hank Davis showing up in that Michael Dutcher Motorsports 17 GP. Coming into tonight, Seth Sabo leading the Sprint Speed Week points by 8 points over defending Speed Week champion Double D Danny Dietrich, who had a instant classic here. Was that last year, Alex? He and Cale Thomas, or the year before?
It ended up being him and Cale Thomas. Cap Henry had problems here last year,
right,
and then wrecked at Atomic, which then made it a Danny Dietrich, Cale Thomas top two.
But here, it was either last year or year before, a close feature finish. Cale Thomas by, I want to say, less than 1/1000th of a second over Danny Dietrich in the feature event. There's that 79 car. Cole Duncan, who has 2 wins on the 2026 season, both at the Atomic Speedway. Color me surprised. Driving that Chris Miller, number 79. Always tough competitor here at Waynesfield. There's Gage Garcia out of California in the Burmeister Racing number 16. Travis Philo down the backstretch in the 5T out of Bluffton, Ohio. Darren Knight out of Adrian, Michigan in the Ed Newmeister 11N. There's Nate Dussel, always runs strong here as well. Out of Bradner, Ohio in car number 1.
And Brian, you mentioned Tim Schaefer back in the 45. It's a little throwback Thursday here. Last year, we had Jack Hodenshield get to come out in time with us, which was a throwback. And now tonight, we get Tim Schaefer in the Grove Racing 45. So we get to turn back the clock a little bit here. And that 45 has gained a lot of speed there. Devin Borden led a lot of laps at Wayne County before getting into it with the 29 of Logan McCandless. But that 45 has gained a lot of ground throughout the week here, and it's showing some speed very quickly.
Absolutely. In that AU 55, Parker Scott Out of Mount Gambier, South Australia, one of our Australians over here, along with Brock Hallett. There's Logan McCandless out of Mercer, Pennsylvania, car number 29 in turns 1 and 2. And there's Tim Schaefer in the Brian Grove Racing 45. National Sprint Car Hall of Fame inductee, 4-time All-Star champion. Tim's got a birthday coming up next week. Turns 59 years old. The 5P of Gavin Boschel, G-Money they call him, out of Mooresville, North Carolina. Just shoving off in turns 1 and 2. Creed coming on out of Elveda, Ohio in the 15K. Parker Price Miller picked up 2 wins here last year in that Indy Race Parts. Bernie and Betsy Steuben, number 71. Parker Price Miller Law Firm out of Kokomo, Indiana. Leighton Wagner out of Enon Valley, Pennsylvania, car number 38, getting ready to shove out for engine heat.
And Brian, you look, so Tuesday night it rains, sadly, but we had that Chad Boat entry of Steven Snyder Jr. with Spire Motorsports. Tonight we get Gavin Boschel with Toyota Racing on it. So we get a few of those North Carolina routes and a few North Carolina cars coming up for Ohio Speedweek this year. And, of course, Aiden Price running a good majority of Speedweek this year.
Gavin Boschel starting to make a name for himself in pavement late model racing. 18-year-old driver.
Gavin Boschel, you talk about the history. It started back running micros, 600 micros. Got to see him at a young age running in PA. We have our 600 micro speed week. He came up in a Swindell Speed Labs car, and he showed a lot of speed there. Then he, it's one of those where COVID happened. You disappear a little bit, and then all of a sudden you see him running pavement cars, and you're like, it's one of those where it's a sharp pain when you watch these talented guys that are young kids, and they go to this pavement side. But now back in a sprint car here and making his Waynesfield debut and his All-Star debut during probably the hardest week of the summer with Ohio Speed Week.
There's Double D Danny Dietrich out of Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. He has a couple wins this season over in the central Pennsylvania area. And some of the D2 midgets getting some engine heat as well. 19 strong tonight. They'll run 3 heats and an A. We will have 4 heats for the All-Stars. A B main, a dash, and an A main. Todd King out of Sheboygan Falls, Wisconsin, and at number 47, running with the All-Stars in 2026, leaving the comfort zone of the Interstate Racing Association, where he's raced for many, many years. Big learning experience for Todd. Well, with the rain here yesterday and Tuesday, could we see a new track record at Waynesfield? Scott Boguski set it back in 2022 at a 10.040 seconds. Now, we did have a 9-second lap, Buddy Kofoid, but we ended up, it rained, and we had the scrap qualifying, so it was unofficial. Congratulations to Buddy taking the win at the Houston Speedway last night.
Burdick's RV Center is your full-line Renegade RV dealer in the Northeast. Travel to and from your destination in extreme luxury, Class C and Super C motorhomes like no other. Choose a new Renegade Explorer or the incredible Renegade Classic, while the new Renegade XL stands above them all. We'll help arrange financing and work with your trade.
Just about ready for the first set of hot laps for the All-Stars.
Renegade at Burdick's RV Center in Cicero, New York, or Burdick'sRVCenter.com.
Behind the scenes, and they understand what's actually at risk when a race car pulls into the staging lane or unloads at the track. As we get ready here We'll get ready for Flight A of My Race Pass Hot Laps. Race fans experience a night like never before with My Race Pass. With the My Race Pass app, all the race day information you can need can be in the palm of your hand. Search for the All-Star Circuit of Champions on the home screen of the My Race Pass app and follow along. View driver entry list, real-time lineups, official results, driver bios, point standings while the race is underway. Follow along with live timing and scoring with the MRP Live.
Passing the helmet after the board. First set of hot laps rolling on to the Speedway. That is Hank Davis out of Sand Springs, Oklahoma in the 17 GP. The Michael Dutcher Motorsports Lifestyle Homes Big Rig Repair Services of Indiana. Avanti Windows, Parallax Group. He has one win this season at the Lernerville Speedway. Number 14 of Zane DeVault out of Plymouth, Indiana. The 27-year-old driver, Anderson Racing, A to Z Mechanical, Global Link Distribution, Duff's Bar and Grill, Tony Elliott Foundation, Handy Graphics, Premier Lubricants. He's got a 360 win in 2026. The 19 rolling down the backstretch out of Plano, Texas. That is TJ Michael, the current leader of the Attica Fremont Championship Series points in the Advanced Cast Stone Fremont Fence Crown Battery Shingle Monkey Roofing High Speed Low Drag Racers Realm number 19. In the number 5 T down the backstretch out of Bluffton, Ohio, Travis Philo, the 35-year-old driver of the Control Design Solutions Tire Slick Bowman Reynolds Banshee Graphics number 5T. He's got a win at Fremont and a win at Attica Raceway Park down the front stretch in the 49X out of Fairland, Indiana. That is Cale Thomas, the 28-year-old driver of the Rudzik Excavating AL Driveline Centerline Boring Smith Titanium 49X. The one down the back stretch of Nate Dussel out of Bradner, Ohio. Nate just picked up a big 360 win at Lima Land a couple weeks ago. And that Fawzy Farms, Industrial Movers, S&S Hauling, VRF Specialties, Barrier Fabrication, Gary Holland Trucking, A-Plus Auto Center, Wonderly's Carpet Care, Heitmeyer Concrete, Kistler Engine, Speedway's Bar and Grill, number 1. Track is fast tonight. TJ Michael in that first hot lap session, the quickest in car number 19 at 11.099. Travis Philo in the 5T, second quick at 11.171. Hank Davis in the 17 GP third at 11.228. So we're already close to the 10-second bracket in the first set of hot laps. Alex, hot lap session number 2.
From Albida, Ohio, and Ohio Logistics, Truckworks of Ohio, Kaiser Aluminum Wheels, North Baltimore Custom Cuts, that is 15K, of Creed Cheminol. From Republic, Ohio, and the Jeff Ward Demolition Premier Planning Services, Elliott's Custom Trailers and Carts, Tony Elliott Foundation, Primal Tea Shop 33W, that is Cap Henry. From Sandusky, Ohio, and the Kenworth of Cleveland, Fleet Financial, Ohio Truck Sales, Real American Beer 15C, that is Chris Andrews getting pushed off. From Findlay, Ohio, and the Rodata Trucking XXX Stinger Race Fuels, BK Trucking 27H of Bryce Lucius. From Worcester, Ohio, and the Nagy's Performance Racing Products, Findlay Pallet, Interstate Truck Repair, TNT Firearms, Nagy Equipment Sales 28N of Trey Jacobs. From Mount Gambier, South Australia, and the Auto Care Mount Gambier, Callum Morrison Construction, Prestige Track Sales, Quick Mix Concrete, AU55 of Parker Scott. And Brian, Wayne County put on a great show. On top of that, Parker Scott makes his first ever A-main in the States. But on top of that, we had all three Australians in the field make the A-main.
That's pretty cool. Hey, I'm glad you brought that up, Alex. Please keep in your prayers for healing to the photographers who were injured at the Wayne County Speedway. I know we're going to do a pass the helmet after all the heat races to help them with their medical bills, but 3 photographers injured, 2 of them critically with broken legs. So they're going to have a long road ahead of them.
Cap Henry with a 10.867. Chris Andrews 11.052. Chris Andrews now 10.871. Bryce Lucius 10.887. Trey Jacobs now in the 10-second bracket as well. Cap Henry 10.689. So this track still super fast. Parker Scott now 10.995. So checkered flag will wave here, and now top of the board in My Race Pass Hot Laps, the 33W. Cap Henry 10.689. Chris Andrews 10.766. Bryce Lucius. Trey Jacobs, Parker Scott, your top 5. And all top 5 of those cars are in the 10-second bracket. Brian, this racetrack is bad fast here tonight.
In excellent shape so far. Hot lap session number 3 rolling on to the Speedway. There is your defending all-star champion winner over at the Wayne County Speedway. Exciting fashion on Monday night in the 101 out of Sacramento, California, Caleb Henry in the Burchard Financial, Harris Distributing, Pub 400, Running Boxer Farm, C&H Veteran Services, Kleinholz Electric Machine, Triple J Towing, Valvoline Oil, West River Trailer Sales. Number 101. The Steel City Outlaw, the National Sprint Car Hall of Famer in the Brian Grove Racing, number 45. Out of Aliquippa, Pennsylvania, that is Tim Schaefer. In the CEI Crane and Rigging, Baker's Mobile Home Transportation, Starrett Services, TR Crane and Towing, Ron Jacobs Trucking, Premier Pallets, number 45. Bobby Elliott in the number 5E. Out of Allenton, Michigan, in the Crest Lincoln, Ron's CarQuest, Catch Fence, Armada 5E. Gavin Boschel out of Mooresville, North Carolina. G-Money in the 5P. The Toyota Racing, Rockstar Energy, Victory, KC.com, All Pro Auto Reconditioning, DFR Discount Tire, XXX Chassis, FloRacing, number 5P. In the number 97, Zach Hampton had a fast race car the other night out of Mooresville, Indiana, in that Sealing Motorsports number 97, the Sealing Motorsports Northwest Ohio Towing and Recovery Sugar Street Bar and Grill, number 97.
Tim Schaefer, top of the board, 10.672. Gavin Bouchel, 10.873. Caleb Henry, 10.762. He'll go third quick. Caleb Henry will pull off the Speedway.
So after hot lap session number 3, the Steel City Outlaw topped the speed charts in car 45 at a 10.668. Cap Henry second quick. Gavin Bouchel in that last group is third quick at a 10.732. Caleb Henry in that group fourth quick overall at a 10.762. Chris Andrews, your top 5. Bryce Lucius, 6th. Zach Hampton, 7th. Bobby Elliott, 8th. Trey Jacobs, 9th. And Parker Scott, your top 10 with one more set of hot laps to go, I believe. Oh, that's right. We're in 2 groups. I always forget that Group A. So now Group A qualifying will come to the Speedway. Then we will hot lap Group B, and then they will qualify. It's all about the points with the All-Star Circuit of Champions. You get points for qualifying. You get points for your heat race. Top 8 eligible for the dash.
So as we get ready for Capital Renegade qualifying. Capital Renegade is the quick-time sponsor for the 2026 season. They're an authorized Bravo Trailer, Renegade, and Intech trailer dealership in Beltsville, Maryland. Through their own experience as racers and antique car collectors, they have the unique ability to help you with all your trailer needs. For more information or to look at their inventory, visit CapitalRenegade.com. And Brian, they also added a new staffer. When we talk about Capital Renegade and their experience as racers, they added Hunter Schoenberg to their staff, as well as, of course, Kyle Reinhardt, 2 drivers that have run the All-Stars in their career.
Well, who better to say what a trailer needs to get up and down the road for racing with a series than guys who have done it? 2 cars at a time qualify. We invert 4 in the heats. They get 2 laps. We'll take their quickest. So 17 cars in Flight A, 17 in Flight B. Flight A will be heat races 1 and 2. Flight B, heat races 3 and 4. Get those 50-50 tickets. Girls are selling them all over the place. They benefit the Wapakoneta ladies basketball team. We welcome our Miss Waynesfield Raceway Park, Blair Deponette. She will be presenting in Victory Lane tonight.
Brock Halleck going to get some heat in his engine. And we will get ready for our first flight of Capital Renegade qualifying. First 2 cars getting pushed off for Flight A of Capital Renegade qualifying here for night number 4 of the Overwatch Precision Ohio Speedweek presented by Kistler Racing Engines. From Plymouth, Indiana, the A to Z Mechanical, Global Link, Duff's Bar and Grill, Tony Elliott Foundation, Handy Graphics, Premier Lubricants, CPG Creative Product 14, that is Zane DeVault, And from Bradner, Ohio, Bowsy Farms Industrial Movers, S&S Hauling, BRF Specialties, Barrier Fabrication, Kistler Engines, number 1 of Nate Dussel. Opening time for Nate Dussel, he'll go 10.570. Second time around for Nate Dussel, he'll go slower, 10.677.
DeVault needs a new transponder. Pair of 360 winners this year. Zane DeVault with a 360 win at Butler Speedway up Michigan. And Nate Dussel a week ago, the big $6,000 Ron Cayley Memorial Race at Lima Land.
So we'll get a transponder check here on the 14. If anything changed the transponder, Zane DeVault will hit the racetrack again.
Meanwhile, Nate Dussel goes to the scales.
So Zane DeVault going to get pushed back out here. So he'll get his 2 laps. So again, Zane DeVault on the Speedway from Plymouth, Indiana. That A to Z Mechanical Global Link Dumps Bar and Grill entry. So green flag will wave on Zane DeVault. Opening time lap for Zane DeVault. He'll go 10.662 on his opening lap. Second time around for Zane DeVault. He'll go 10.522, top of the board.
Next two qualifiers, the 5T of Travis Philo out of Bluffton, Ohio, the 35-year-old driver of the Control Design Solutions Tire Slick. Balmer Reynolds, Banshee Graphics, number 5T. And Trey Jacobs out of Worcester, Ohio, the 34-year-old driver of the Nagy's Performance Racing Products, Finley Pallet, Interstate Truck Repair, TNT Firearms, Nagy Equipment Sales, Miller Customs, Kilgore and Herring Accountants, Banshee Graphics, Gardner Trucking, Details Auto Spa, Gressman Power Sports, Fabizo, Smithville Manufacturing, Holmes Cheese Company, Burgett Insurance, Heitmeyer Concrete, X1 Race Cars. For Trey Jacobs in the 28N. And Travis Philo goes quick time at a 10.498. Zane DeVault second quick. Nate Dussel third. Trey Jacobs fourth. Just 0.2 of a second separate quick time to fourth quick time. Alex, next two.
Next 2 cars at the Speedway. One of them looking for a rebound from Alvite, Ohio, and the Ohio Logistics Truck Works of Ohio, Kaiser Aluminum Wheels, North Baltimore Custom Cuts. That's the 15K of Creed Kemenal. Creed Kemenal looking for a rebound after getting collected with Zane DeVault at Sharon Speedway. Did not see Creed at Wayne County on Monday night. The other driver getting pushed off from West Plano, Texas. The Advanced Castone Superior Tank and Trailer, Fremont Fence Company, Shingley Monkey, Hustled LLC, Crown Battery, Racers Realm, Kistler Engines, High Speed Titanium, The Stored House, Heather Prosser, Color Street nails 19 of TJ Michael. So TJ Michael and Creed Kemenal next two to hit the Speedway. TJ Michael looking really good this year, leading the Attica Fremont point standings. So opening time for Creed Kemenal, he'll go 10.621. Opening time for TJ Michael, he'll go 10.724. Creed Kemenal on his second time around, he'll go slower, 10.685. Second time around for TJ Michael, he'll go slower, 10.726.
Next two qualifiers, the 17 GP of Hank Davis out of Sand Springs, Oklahoma. The Michael Dutcher Motorsports Lifestyle Homes. Big Rig Repair Services of Indiana, Avante Windows, Parallax Group. He has a 410 win at the Lernerville Speedway in 2026. Cale Thomas changing an engine. I saw him pull off in hot laps very early, and they are changing a motor in that Rudzik Excavating 49. So that will bring out the AU55 of Parker Scott out of Mount Gambier, South Australia, and the Auto Care of Mount Gambier. Cullum Morrison Construction Prestige Track Sales Quick Mix Concrete, number AU55. Hank Davis will go 7th quick, and Parker Scott 6th quick out of the 8 cars that have taken times in Flight A of qualifying.
Next two cars to hit the Speedway. From Sandusky, Ohio, and the Kenworth of Cleveland, Fleet Financial Ohio Truck Sales, Real American Beer, 15C, that is Chris Andrews. And from Morrisville, North Carolina, the Toyota Racing, Rockstar Energy, All Pro Auto, Factory Cane Shocks, VictoryKC.com, Smith Titanium 5P, that is G-Money, Gavin Bouchel. Gavin Bouchel in the 5 entry. Chris Andrews in the 15C as they get ready for their first times around. Gavin Bouchel, his first time laps in his career at Waynesfield Raceway Park. Opening time lap for Chris Andrews. He'll go second quick, 10.522. Opening time for Bouchel. He'll go 10.681, 8th quick. Second time around for Andrews. He'll go slower, 10.636. Second time for Bouchel. He'll go slower, 10.748. So Chris Andrews jumps up to second quick with a 10.522.
Next two qualifiers coming off a season last year, saw him with 17 feature events. He's got 3 at Attica and 1 at Mansfield Speedway in 2026 so far. The 33W out of Republic, Ohio, Cap Henry, and the Jeff Ward Demolition Premier Planning Services, Elliott's Custom Trailers and Carts, the Tony Elliott Foundation, Primal Tea Shop, Innovative Excavating, FK Rod Ends, Mobile One, King Racing Products, Blue Stripe Equipment Rentals, Elite Wings, SCS Gearbox, Berryman Racing, Shocks, Parker Cool Manufacturing, Dyer's Top Rods, Kistler Racing Products, Griff's Engines, number 33W, and the 5E of Bobby Elliott out of Allenton, Michigan, in the Crest Lincoln, Ron's CarQuest Catch Fence Armada, number 5E. Cap Henry will be 4th quick at a 10.539, and Bobby Elliott will be 12th quick. So it's Travis Philo quick time so far, Chris Andrews 2nd, Zane DeVault 3rd, Cap Henry 4th, Nate Dussel your top 5 in Flight A, with just a handful of cars yet to qualify.
From Indianapolis, Indiana, and the Northwest Ohio Towing and Recovery, Sugar Street Bar and Grill, Schaefer's Oil 97, that is Zach Hampton. And from Findlay, Ohio, the Rodata Trucking, Triple X Racer Cars, Stinger Race Fuels, BK Trucking 27H of Bryce Lucius. Zach Hampton starting to pick up some speed during this Ohio Speed Week. That Joe Sealing entry. Bryce Lucius, only about his 7th race with the Hefner Racing car. As opening time for Zach Hampton, he'll go 10.946, 12th quick for Zach Hampton. Opening time for Bryce Lucius, he'll go 12th quick now, 10.830. Second time for Hampton, he'll go 11.054. Second time for Lucius, he'll jump up to 6th quick, 10.604.
Next two qualifiers in, the number 45 out of Aliquippa, Pennsylvania. The 58-year-old driver of the CEI Crane and Rigging, Baker's Mobile Home Transportation, Starrett Services, TR Crane and Towing, Ron Jacobs Trucking, Premier Pallet. Number 45, the Steel City Outlaw, Tim Schaefer, 4-time All-Star champion. And he's got a win at Fremont and an All-Star win Monday night at Wayne County Speedway, defending All-Star champion out of Sacramento, California, in the 101, Caleb Henry, the 26-year-old driver, the Burchard Financial, Harris Distributing, Pub 400 Bar and Grill, Running Boxer Farm, C&H Veteran Services, Kleinholz Electric Machine, Triple J Towing, Valvoline Oil, West Rivers Trailer Sales, Zane Scott Media, 101. Tim Schaefer will be 7th quick. Caleb Henry 14th quick. And I believe if the 49X, I do not, he is not making it out for, that will do it for Flight A. Travis Philo, quick qualifier in Flight A. Chris Andrews 2nd. Zane DeVault 3rd. Cap Henry 4th. Nate Dussel 5th. Bryce Lucius 6th. Tim Schaefer 7th. Trey Jacobs 8th. Creed Kemen on 9th. And Parker Scott, your top 10 in speeds for Flight A.
Flight number 2 of my Race Pass Hot Laps about to hit the Speedway. First car getting pushed out on the Speedway, a winner Friday night at Attica Raceway Park for night number 1 of Ohio Speedweek from Gibsonburg, Ohio. The Real Geese Sailhouse Decoys, Gill Construction, Grant Decker Construction, 09, that is Craig Mintz. From Enon Valley, Pennsylvania, the Shellhouse Landscape Construction, McFarland Lumber and Pallets, Bobby Clark Racing, Watkins Turf Care, Karski Security, Shop Angry Duck, Stowe Construction, Allied Rubber, Owl's Corner 38, that is Leighton Wagner. Adelaide, Australia, and the Kaiser Wheel, Slade Shocks, GW Racing, All-Star Supply Company 5AU, Brock Hallett. From Mercer, Pennsylvania, and the McCandless Ford and Mercer Meadville, McCandless Trailer Sales, Priest Enterprises, High Performance Lubricants, that is Logan McCandless. From Tiffin, Ohio, and the Love Utilities, Fremont Auto Parts, Linder Speed Equipment, Limousine Limos, Ash Automotive, 29Z, that is Howdy Zeth Sabo. And from Kokomo, Indiana, in the Indy Race Parts, Wood Racing Engine 71, the law firm Parker Price Miller. Brian, you look at this first group. Craig Mintz a winner this week. Zeth Sabo a winner this week. Leighton Wagner coming off his career best with the All-Stars at Sharon Speedway with a podium, and he was battling for the lead and battling one of the best of all time to race with the All-Stars, Dale Blaney.
And you got Logan McCandless picked up a win at his home track of Mercer, Pennsylvania a couple weeks ago. And again, Parker Price Miller undefeated here last year at Waynesfield Raceway Park. Just as I say, that looks like maybe some problems for Parker Price Miller. in the number 71. He's going to coast to a stop on the backstretch. Problems for the 71 of Parker Price Miller. He'll go right to the pit area. Now Brock Hallett with some problems. He went to get on the gas and she wouldn't take off. Motor stumbling bad on the 5 AU of Brock Hallett. He jumped on the throttle and it just didn't want to go. Something amiss in the engine compartment of the 5 AU. And he too will go to the pit area. Watching in the pit area, the crew on Parker Price Miller's machine already with the hood off of it.
Zach Sabo goes top of the board here, 10.943. Craig Mintz, 10.972. Craig Mintz now top of the board, 10.866. So out of that first group of hot laps for Flight B, Craig Mintz, 10.866. Goes quick time here in the first group of hot laps for Flight B.
Next car is getting set to hit the speedway for their hot lap session in Flight B. The 20B of Cody Bova out of Struthers, Ohio. The 32-year-old driver of the Jazz Bova Excavating, Southeastern Equipment, SP Tech Pro Quality Demo, Seneca Bob Sub Shop. Number 20B. Aiden Price in the number 44. The 16-year-old driver out of Davidson, North Carolina, Level Utilities, Kaiser Sound, Kelly Go, Limousine Services. Number 44, DJ Foose out of Fremont, Ohio, car number 3. The 36-year-old driver of the Commercial Glazing Systems, Crown Battery, Josh Comer, Seamless Gutters, Hammer Pallets, Level Performance, All Intent Rentals, Level Utilities. Number 3. The number 66, out of Sunshine Coast, Queensland, Australia, that is Ryan Newton. In the Riddisill Trucking, New Trend Homes, Red Hill Transport, Napa Auto Care, Clay Purview, Sprint Shack. Number 66, Danny Dietrich, defending Speedweek champion out of Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. Car number 48, the Wykers Livestock, Speedway Cars, Sandoz Fruit Market, York Excavating, Big Cove Whitetail Trophy Hunts. Number 48, 2 wins this season, one at Port Royal Speedway in Central Pennsylvania, one at Lincoln Speedway in Central Pennsylvania. The number 79, Cole Duncan out of Circleville, Ohio, the 34-year-old driver, the Greenwald Lawn and Landscape, Adam Home Investment Services, Pops Parts, Pickview Farms. For the former Fast champion, multi-time Atomic Speedway track champion in car number 79. Craig Mintz still quickest in hot laps. Cody Bova now jumps up to second quick. Zeth Sable third. DJ Foose fourth. Ryan Newton, your top 5 after 2 flights of hot laps in Group B.
Last group heading on to the Speedway from Adrian, Michigan, the Ed Neumeister Racing, Cherry's Propane, Cherry's Outdoor World, L&M Properties, Poor Racing, Level Utilities, Heitmeyer Concrete, Nagy Coatings, 11, and of Darren Nida. From Moore, California, the Burmeister Trophy, Sunny Signs, NAPA, Bryan, Ohio. Kistler Engines, XXX Chassis 16. That is Gage Garcia. 2X of Gage Edkin from Salina, Ohio, and the Ron Jacobs Trucking, May Painting, and Sandblasting CEI 2X entry. From Sheboygan Falls, Wisconsin, the BMR Electric Carts, Kaiser Aluminum Wheels, Wisconsin Hot Cheese 47. That is Todd King. And from Rawson, Ohio, in the Golden Flavor Sesame Sticks, Vulcan Fire Protection, Bluffton Diesel Services, Cali Performance Products, Barron Racing Shocks 98. That is Ricky Peterson Jr., as you also saw Parker Price Miller fire the engine and heads back to the pit area. So we'll see if Parker can get back out and ready for Capital Renegade qualifying.
Ricky Peterson, car number 98, has a win in 2026 down at the Skyline Speedway. Gage Garcia has led laps at both Attica Raceway Park, Fremont Speedway in 2026, and then has had some issues. If they can put an entire night together, that Burmeister team could be really fast.
Gage Garcia, 11.058. And he'll go quickest there in that final group of hot laps, but quick time in. Flight B of My Race Pass Hot Laps goes to the 09 of Craig Mintz. Cody Bova, Zeth Sabo, DJ Foos, and Ryan Newton, your top 5 in My Race Pass Hot Laps for Flight B. As we get ready for Flight B, Capital Renegade qualifying coming up.
Still thrashing on the 71 of Parker Price Miller. He's scheduled to roll off second in qualifying in Flight B. So your first two qualifiers will be the 09 of Craig Mintz out of Gibsonburg, Ohio. Friday night's All-Star winner at Attica Raceway Park, the 40-year-old driver of the Rail Geese, Decoys, Skill Construction, Grant Decker Construction, Bettsville, American Legion, KS Sales and Service, Linder Speed Equipment, 09. And the 38 of Leighton Wagner out of Enon Valley, Pennsylvania, the 20-year-old driver of the Shell House Landscape Construction, Karski Security, Bobby Clark Racing, Watkins Turf Care, McFarland Lumber, Chaluk's Barn Grills, Steno Construction Shop, AngryDuck.com, number 38. Former Wayne County Speedway track champion. So Craig Mintz and Leighton Wagner. Mintz set the fastest lap in that hot lap session.
Craig Mintz goes 10.813. Leighton Wagner 11.773. Second time for Wagner 11.298. So Craig Mintz 10.813 on his opening time. Pair of 29s hit the Speedway from Tiffin, Ohio in the Love Utilities, Fremont Auto Parts, Linder Speed Equipment, Limousine Limos, Ash Automotive, Gates, Belts, and Hoses, 29Z. That's Howdy, Zeth Sabo. And from Mercer, Pennsylvania, the McCandless Ford of Mercer, Meadville McCandless Trailer Sales, Priest Enterprises, High Performance Lubricants 29. That is Logan McCandless. Logan McCandless made a soup run on Monday night at Wayne County, going from the C to the B to the A. Zeth Sabo picking up his first career All-Star win. On Saturday night. From Struthers, Ohio, the JS Bova Excavating, Pro Quality Demo, Southeastern Equipment Center, Kebab Sub Shop, SP Tech 20B of Cody Bova. And from Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, the Weikerts Livestock, SpeedwayCars.com, Big Cove, Whitetail Trophy Hunts, York Excavating, 48, Double D, Danny Dietrich. So Danny Dietrich on the Speedway with Cody Bova. So Zeth Sabo top of the board with a 10.681. So Zeth Sabo, Craig Mintz, Cody Bova, Danny Dietrich, Leighton Wagner, and Logan McCandless, your top 6 there out of the 6 cars. From Circleville, Ohio, the Greenwald Lawn and Landscape, Adam Home Investment Service, Pop Parts, Pickview Farm 79, that's Cole Duncan. And from Sunshine Coast, Queensland, Australia, the New Trend Homes, NAPA, Brutus Hill Trucking, 66 of Ryan Newton. Opening time for Cole Duncan, he'll go 5th quick. Ryan Newton goes 4th quick, 10.962. Duncan will go slower on his second time around. Newton will hold on to 4th quick.
Next pair, the 3 of DJ Foose out of Fremont, Ohio, the 36-year-old drive the commercial glazing systems. Crown Battery, Josh Cromer, Seamless, Gutters, Hammer, Pallet, Self-Performance, All Intent Rentals, Level Utilities. Number 3. And Aiden Price in the number 44 out of Davidson, North Carolina, the 16-year-old driver of Level Utilities. Kaiser Sound, Kelly Go, the Kelly family, Limousine Limousine Services, number 44. So Zeth Sabo to that time to beat it at 10.680. Craig Mintz second, Cody Bova third, Ryan Newton fourth. TJ Foose up to third quick. Aiden Price 11th quick. Foose will stay third quick. And Aiden Price will jump up to second quick time for Aiden Price. So it's Zeth Sabo, Aiden Price, Craig Mintz, DJ Foose, Cody Bova, your top 5.
Next 2 cars at the Speedway. From Moore, California, the Burmeister Trophy, Sunny Science, NAPA, Bryan, Ohio, Kistler Engines, XXX Chassis 16. That's Gage Garcia. Gage Garcia with his career best coming Friday night at ASCoC with a 4th place finish with the All-Stars. And from Adrian, Michigan, in the Ed Neumeister Racing, Cherry's Propane, Cherry's Outdoor World, L&M Properties, Poor Racing, Level Utilities, Heitmeyer Concrete, Nagy Coatings, Elite Wings, Chalk Sticks, Torsion Bars, TI-22, Performance, 11N of Darren Nida. Darren Nida, Gage Garcia on the Speedway. Green flag will wave. Darren Nida coming home with a 2nd place finish at Wayne County on Monday night. Opening time lap for Darren Nida. He'll go 9th quick, 11.211. First time for Gage Garcia, he'll go 11.371. Second time for Darren Nida, 11.069. Gage Garcia on his 2nd time will jump to 8th quick, 11.043.
Next pair in the 2X, Gage Ecken from Salina, Ohio, and Ron Jacobs Trucking, May Painting and Sandblasting, CEI, number 2X. And the 47 out of Sheboygan Falls, Wisconsin, that is Todd King. In the BMRE Electric Carts, Kaiser Aluminum Wheels, Wisconsin Hot Cheese, number 47. Gage Ecken will go 13th quick and Todd King 15th quick. And I believe we have 2 cars yet to qualify.
So it looks like the final car to hit the Speedway from Rawson, Ohio, in the Golden Flavor Sesame Sticks, Vulcan Fire Protection, Bluffton Diesel Service, Callie's Performance Products, Behrman Racing Shocks, Master Gassers, Media 98 of Ricky Peterson Jr. Looks like Parker Price Miller and the AU 55 Parker Scott, or correction, the 5 AU of Brock Hallett not going to make it out. So Brian, if Parker Price Miller wants to win for a 3rd straight time here with the All-Stars, he's going to have some work to do because he's going to be buried in a heat race. Opening time lap for Ricky Peterson Jr. He'll go 13th quick, 11.342. Second time around for Peterson, he'll improve to 11th quick, 11.182. So taking home quick time in Flight B, the 29Z, it's Howdy Zeth Sabo with a 10.680.
A pair of cars that had some difficulties going to fire off. Cale Thomas, the 49X engine change, and Logan McCandless in the 29. Both with engine problems, as was Parker Price Miller and Brock Hallett. And getting set for the USAC D2 Midgets. Turning the mic over to Christian Dunn.
Thank you, Brian. 19 USAC Midwest Thunder D2 Midgets, presented by Performance Electronics Cars, signed in tonight for competition. A non-points night for us, with it being a weeknight show, so a good cart count despite the lack of points. If you are new with our series, our format is as follows. Our drivers drew their pill to determine heat races, so the drivers are getting ready to come on the racetrack right now. The drivers that you will see in Performance Electronics Heat Race or Jeff Hill Trailer Sales Heat Race number 1 later on this evening. So they'll be in their same group all night long from hot laps through qualifying. We will invert 4 from qualifying. Now, even though drivers only qualify against the other drivers in their group, we do present an overall quick time qualifier award. Drivers in group number 1, last week's winner at Lima Land Motorsports Park out of Ludlow Falls, Ohio, Jonathan Meyer Concrete, Ohio Logistics, Hirsch Pharmacy, Ironhead Tires, Skunkwork.ai, Innovative Woodworking. It's the 74H of the Ohio Hammer, Luke Hall. Luke Hall in the 74H. Out of Delphus, Ohio, join the OEM Auto Recyclers, Pitts and Barger Supply, 22 Skunkworks, Bell Helmets, High Speed TIT Graphics Helmet Painting, and our Lee Restoration. It's the 22 of Gunnar Lucius. Gunnar Lucius in the blue number 22. Out of Continental, Ohio, join the Rhino City Speed Shop number 18N. It's Derek Knopfsinger. Derek Knopfsinger in the 18N. Out of Cummington, Ohio, drive the JTC Outdoor Services Side X Performance Powder Coating Donners Bay Resort. It's the 36 of Ian Krieger. Ian Krieger in the 36. Out of Norwood, Ohio, join the Team Taylor Racing, Erlen Chrysler Jeep Dodge, Hilton Auctioneers, Midwest Roofing Technicians, Mid-Ohio Development. It's the 11 of Buddy Hallmeyer. Buddy Hallmeyer in the 11. Out of Belpre, Ohio, join the Best Title Agency, Nick Bibby's Allstate Insurance, Scott Cease McCarthy Real Estate, Beth Hackney, Sel Weigel, Fred and Martha Cook, Pro Marine, Easy Doc. It is the 18 of the Flying Ohioan, Zach Weigel. Zach Weigel in the 18. Final driver in group number 1 out of Pleasant Hill, Ohio, join the Adaptive Machine Company, the Gas and Family Data Roofing, Local Coffee and Cream, Sub-Zero Heating and Air, Site X Inc. It is the 21 of Dylan Trost. Dylan Trost in the 21. 7 drivers out here in group number 1. Again, these are the drivers that you will see later on this evening in Jeff Hill Trailer Sales Heat Race number 1. Luke Hall in this group, a lot of laps around Waynesfield Raceway Park in a non-wing sprint car and a 360, multiple-time winner. The only driver with multiple wins with the series here in 2025. Again, those wins coming at Eldora Speedway and Lima Land Motorsports Park. Buddy Hallmeyer, the Team Taylor Racing number 11, getting upside down at Lima Land last Friday night. Took a wild ride in turns 3 and 4, able to get the car put back together, but this is their first night out since that accident. He's that orange and black number 11 pushing off now off of turn number 4. Also in this group, the full-timer with the USAC National Midgets. He has 1 career win with the USAC National Midgets. That's Belpre, Ohio, Zach Weigel. Zach Weigel should be in this group. Dylan Trost in the black number 21 in turn number 1. A lot of wins in a kart. Drivers will get 2 laps around the racetrack. The fastest lap will be used as that driver's official lap to set heat races. Again, we will invert 4. After heat races, we'll take the top 3 from each heat race and do a redraw. That redraw will determine starting positions 1 through 9 in tonight's 20-lap A main. Track record here is set by Abby Holbein back in 2023. That time a 13.255. Track record with the USAC Midwest Thunder D2 Midgets. Again, Abby Holbein holds that going back to 2023. Ian Krieger in the orange and white number 36, bringing out the backup car here tonight. Several podiums for him. Ian Krieger with 2 wins with the series. Zach Weigel was quickest in that group. Second quick, Buddy Hallmeyer. Luke Hall, third quick. Ian Krieger, fourth quick. Ian Krieger will start on the pole of heat race number 1. Dylan Trost, fifth quick. Gunnar Lucius, sixth quick. Derek Knopfsinger, seventh quick. Again, those lap times are all unofficial. Group number 2. These are the drivers that we will see in Stifel-Homenato heat race number 2 later on this evening. Drivers in this group out of Winchester, Indiana, during the Freedom GMC Cockrell Farm Starlight Skating Fattest Lawn Care. It's going to be the 11X of Jalen Cox. Jalen Cox in the 11X. Out of Anna, Ohio, former series champion, driving the Thrill Seeker LLC, Briggs Farms, Rosewood Machine and Tools, Superior Bring and Supply, White's Honda, and Toyota of Lima, Ohio. Jason D's Trailer Sales. It's the 71 of Stratton Briggs. Stratton Briggs, the 2022 series champion, second all-time on the win list, 15 wins to Stratton Briggs. Out of Cox Creek, Kentucky, driving the Fedorchuk Racing CP Mobile Shrink Wrap, it's the 21G of Chet Gerke. Chet Gerke in the 21G. Out of Jamestown, Ohio, it's going to be the 11S of Ashley Schloss. Ashley Schloss in the 11S. Driver out of Pickwill, Ohio, driving the Bryan Brothers Painting and Restoration, it's the 40J of Jason Schaefer. Jason Schaefer in the 40J. And final driver in this group, the 2024 series champion, out of Troy, Ohio, on the creative label, Some Industrial Flooring, American Advanced Assemblies, Lavender Home Improvement, Spruce Painting, Heath Murray State Farm Agent, Double J Construction. It's the 35 of BMAS, Bryce Massengill. Bryce Massengill in car number 35, winning this race a year ago, is the 35 of Bryce Massengill. Bryce with most wins all time in series history, 18 career wins for BMAS. However, it's been 11 races since he has last visited Victory Lane, going back to August 1st. At Moeller Raceway Park in 2025. Zach Weigel, the current quick time qualifier from group number 1. His time was a 13:8:33. That is the time to be tonight's overall quick time qualifier. Ashley Schloss in the 11S, going for Rookie of the Year honors this year with the USAC Midwest Thunder D2 Midgets. We'll get the green flag here momentarily. A big thank you to Steve Stifel and Stifel-Homenato LLC for being the presenting sponsor for heat race number 2. .35 of Bryce Massengill will be the lead car in this group. All drivers running in the 14-second bracket with the exception of Jason Schaefer, who's 17.984. Quickest so far is Stratton Briggs with the 14.021. Checker flag out for group number 2 qualifying. Quickest in that group is Bryce Massengill in car number 35. His time of 13.952, 139.52. Stratton Briggs second quick with a 14.021. Chet Gerke third quick with a 14.033. Fourth quick will be the 11X of Jalen Cox with a 14.050. Jalen Cox will be on the pole for heat race number 2. Fifth quick to the 11S of Ashley Schloss. Sixth quick to the 40J of Jason Schaefer. Final group for the USAC Midwest Thunder D2 Midgets presented by Performance Electronics. Third heat race qualifying group presented by Hoosier Auto Race Fans. Big thank you to Hoosier Auto Race Fans for being the presenting sponsor for heat race number 3. Drivers in this group out of Danville, Indiana. Driving car number 2, it's Tristan Brown. Out of Orient, Ohio, driving the Grass Inc. Indy Cylinder Heads, Hatfield Used Cars, Central Ohio Fabrication, Hunter Rutledge. Number 5D, it's Jonathan Decker. Jonathan Decker in the 5D. Out of Miller City, Ohio, during the Marcos Pizza, William Vaughn Company, Dale's Concrete, BJ's Auto Sales, Lakeside Propane, the 99L of Tate and Long. Tate and Long in that blue number 99. Out of St. Louis, Missouri, during the Faith Group LLC, it's the 2W of John Watson. Brookville, Ohio's Cole Morgan driving the Clayton Auto Parts Advanced Racing Suspension Dwayne Nybert Custom Trailers Top Line Graphics. Again, that's Cole Morgan in the 7M. And final driver in this group out of Waterford, Michigan, drive the Fedorchuk Racing CP Mobile Shrink Wrap Fathom Terrell Electric Haslick Trucking. It is the 49 of Carl Peterson. Carl Peterson in the 49. Jonathan Decker in the 5D, the youngest driver with the series this year, 14 years young, finished 13th in his D2 debut at Atomic Speedway, finishing one spot out of the transfer last Friday in the B main. 34 cars signed in for competition last Friday night. Again, he was the first driver to not make the A main, so an impressive first couple starts for the 5D of Jonathan Decker. Also want to give a mention to Matt Lux and his family. Condolences from the USAC Midwest Thunder Midgets for Matt Lux on the loss of his mother earlier this week. Matt, if you're tuning in, we're thinking of you. Many thoughts and prayers going your way. Matt taking a vicious right at Lyman Land last weekend as well. John Watson pulling into the infield. Tough run of races for John Watson in the 2W. He got upside down at Eldora Speedway in turns 3 and 4. Took quite the tumble. Had mechanical issues at Lyman Land last Friday night before pulling into the infield. Cole Morgan will be the lead car here for group number 3. He'll take the green flag next time by for a couple laps. Time to beat is Zach Weigel's 13.833. Peyton Long in the blue 99, Jonathan Decker in the 5D, 2 drivers going for Rookie of the Year this year. Tristan Brown's quickest so far with a 14.175. Jonathan Decker up the second quick, a 14.350. Now Cole Morgan in the 7 goes second quick, a 14.249. Fastest in that group, it's going to be Tristan Brown in car number 2, a 14.175. Second quick to the Cole Morgan in the 7M, his time a 14.249. Carl Peterson, third quick, a 14.250. And fourth quick, starting on the pole for Hoosier Auto Race Fans Heat Race number 3, it's the 5D of Jonathan Decker, his time a 14.299. Tonight's overall quick time qualifier, though, the driver out of Belpre, Ohio, driving the Best Title Agency, Nick Bibby's Allstate Insurance, Scott Seats, McCarthy Real Estate, Bev Hackney, Sel Weigel, Fred and Martha Kroc, Pro, Marine Easy Dock. It's the 18 of Zach Weigel. Zach Weigel, tonight's overall quick time qualifier with the USAC Midwest Thunder D2 Midgets presented by Performance Electronics.
Check. Race fans, at this time, if you are so inclined for prayer, I ask that you please rise, remove your hats, and join me. Heavenly Father, thank you so much for bringing us together here at Waynesfield. We thank you for the beautiful weather today. We ask for your safety over everyone here this evening. We thank you for the forgiveness of our many sins. We ask that you come into our hearts, our souls, our minds, and guide us to be better people towards each other and for ourselves. We ask you bring peace across this world so that we can all share in liberty. On this great anniversary, 250th of this country coming up, we thank you for making this country the freedom around the world, the beacon of light. Help us to be better stewards of this world. We ask all these things in your name. Amen. Now remain standing and join Mr. Todd Harris with our nation's #1 song. Nice job, Todd, and let's go racing here at Waynesfield. Alex Robinson, the first 4 heat races heading to the staging area.
Thank you, Brian. And to all our viewers watching on Flow 24/7, thanks for tuning in for even more action. Stream Flow Racing anytime on the Flow Racing app. Heat race #1 brought to you by Premier Planning Services. At Premier Planning Services, they understand that every client has unique needs, and they pride themselves on their ability to tailor to their services and meet those needs. Whether you want the right health insurance or understand your Medicare options, they are here for you. For more information, visit pps4u.com. Starting on the pole of heat race #1 from Aliquippa, Pennsylvania, the CEI Crane and Rigging, Baker's Mobile Home Transport, Starrett Services, TR Crane and Towing, Ron Jacobs Trucking. 45, that's the Steel City Outlaw, Tim Schaefer. To the outside from Bradner, Ohio, and the Fowlsey Farms Industrial Movers, S&S Hauling, VRF Specialties, Barrier Fabrications, Kistler Engines #1, that is Nate Dussel. In the third spot from Plymouth, Indiana, the A to Z Mechanical, Global Link, Duff's Bar and Grill, Tony Elliott Foundation, Handy Graphics, Premier Lubricants, 14 of Zane DeVault. To the outside, he went quick time in Flight A from Bluffton, Ohio, the Control Design Solutions, Tire Slick, Banshee Graphics 5T, Travis Philo. Starting in the fifth spot from Albite, Ohio, and the Ohio Logistics Truck Works of Ohio, Kaiser Aluminum Wheels, North Baltimore Custom Cuts, 15K Creek. Coming on to the outside from Mooresville, North Carolina, the Toyota Racing, Rockstar Energy, All Pro Auto, Factory Kane, VictoryKC.com, Smith Titanium 5P of Gavin Bouchel. In the seventh spot from West Plano, Texas, the Advanced Castone, Superior Tank and Trailer, Fremont Fence Company, Shingly Monkey, Hustled LLC, 19 TJ Michael. In the eighth spot from Indianapolis, Indiana, the Northwest Ohio Towing and Recovery, Sugar Street Bar and Grill, Schaefer's Oil 97, Zach Campton. And rounding out the field from Fairland, Indiana, the Rudzik Excavating, Centerline Boring, Smith Titanium AL Driveline, Behrman Racing Shocks, FK Rod-Ends, 49X. That is Cale Thomas.
seriously injured over at the Wayne County Speedway on Monday evening. Of course, our thoughts and prayers go out to them as they heal. 2 of them suffering broken legs. One was treated and sent home, but the other 2 have a lot of rehab work to go. And that's a lot of income they're going to lose from their racing photography business this summer. Big thank you. I talked to a couple of the push truck drivers. Some anonymous fans have donated gas cards to our push truck drivers, so thank you for that. Gasoline is falling, though. I paid $3.65 a gallon today. Harry, thanks for coming out. Thank you, everyone, for coming out on a beautiful Thursday evening. You know, usually it's Speedweek. Now, when I first went to the first Speedweek show at Quad City Speedway in 1983, you weren't even born yet, Christian, so, yeah. Speedweek was the 4th of July week, and it was always hot, like Nebraska hot in August hot. For Speed Week. So, you know, other than the rain, it's been a pretty bearable weather pattern for Ohio Sprint Speed Week this year. Of course, the rain has just been terrible most tracks in the state of Ohio in 2026. I know, being the announcer at Attica Raceway Park, I think we've lost 8 or 9 shows already in 2026. Fremont's lost a handful. But a beautiful night here at Waynesfield, and you guys have packed the place, and we sure do appreciate it. Welcome to all those watching on FloRacing. I believe it's on Prime tonight as well. So Waynesfield getting some national exposure here on Prime TV and FloRacing. And cars on the racing surface for heat race number 1. 8 laps. Top 5 to the A, and it's all about the points. If you start on the front row, you better win it to maintain those points.
And Brian, you talk about the guy who went quick time. Travis Philo.
This is only like his 3rd or 4th race of the season. Didn't race at all last year, so that's a good start for his night.
And like we've seen at Attica when we opened the season. We've seen him at Fremont. But he's had a lot of issues with the car, and tonight it feels like all the gremlins, at least for qualifying, went away, and now he goes quick time, and it's not the easiest spot to be in, but possibly one of the easiest spots to be in.
Well, he got all those points for qualifying. Now he's got to go forward a spot or 2 for that shot at the 8 top points people for the dash.
And the best part about this format this year is you get a point per passing. So you could get that perfect score of 500, but not only can he get it, anyone else who passed enough cars can get 500 points. Philo can end up with a max of 503 if he goes quick time and wins the heat race. And at that point, if he goes 503, it's really hard to top that 503 total points. And I think, Brian, we've seen it only a few times this year, once at Fremont when Aaron Reitzel did it. But we've had some great races with the All-Stars. And, Brian, I tell you every year, you're going to get sick of seeing me by the end of the season.
Wow, some big news thanks to Ray Brooks and the gang at CK Mechanical and Gill Construction. Tomorrow's feature event at Fremont Speedway will pay $10,000 to win for the All-Star Sprints. So a pair of $10,000 to win events to close out Ohio Sprint Speed Week. Thank you, Ray Brooks. CK Mechanical, and Gill Construction of Port Clinton.
So here we go. Tim Schaefer, the one of Nate Dussel on the front row of this one. Heat race number 1, green flag is out. Good start for Tim Schaefer. Philo going to go to the inside. He'll try and get by Dussel. Won't though. Here comes the 14 of Zane DeVault. Caution flag will wave. Tim Schaefer getting called for the jump start. He'll go back a row, and that'll bring the 14 of Zane DeVault to the front row with Nate Dussel. So Tim Schaefer a little antsy there on the start of heat race number 1. So green flag will wave here again. We'll do this one. Heading into turn number 1 and 2. Dussel going to lead him as the 45 of Tim Schaefer now on the attack of Zane DeVault. Into turn number 1 and 2. Schaefer going to slide up in front, take over the second spot. Travis Philo now gets passed by the 5P of Gavin Bouchel. As Philo going to lose 4 spots, make it 5 spots. So a tough break for the guy who went quick time. Travis Philo on the outside. Up front, though, it's still Nate Dussel, Tim Schaefer, Zane DeVault, Gavin Bouchel, and Zach Hampton, your top 5. Cale Thomas on the move now. Again, Cale Thomas not getting a qualifying time. Had to start from the back of the pack here in heat race number 1. Out front, Dussel hiccups, and now there goes Tim Schaefer. Schaefer right back to the race lead over Nate Dussel. Here comes Cale Thomas for that final spot as Zach Hampton trying to hold on to 49X of Cale Thomas. Tim Schaefer in control as Nate Dussel second, Zane DeVault, Bouchel, and Zach Hampton. Cale Thomas still trying to go to work on the 97 as a run down the backstretch. White flag out. One more time around for Tim Schaefer, and the battle for the final spot still on as Zach Hampton holds the 49X of Cale Thomas at bay. Out of turn number 4, taking home heat race number 1, the Steel City Outlaw, Tim Schaefer. Nate Dussel, Zane DeVault, Gavin Bouchel, and Zach Hampton gonna hold off Cale Thomas there for that final transfer spot. So taking home heat race number 1 from Aliquippa, Pennsylvania, the Steel City Outlaw, Tim Schaefer, Nate Dussel, Zane DeVault, Gavin Bouchel, and Zach Hampton holding off Cale Thomas will take home the 5th and final transfer spot. Heat race number 2 brought to you by All Pro Cylinder Heads. The choice for premium aluminum cylinder heads for over 40 years now has the same unmatched quality in a 410 sprint car block. It doesn't get any better. Visit the website or call All Pro for more details on a block and cylinder head package for your team. Brian, how does heat race number 2 line up?
Trey Jacobs out of Worcester, Ohio in the 28N. The Nagy's Performance Racing Products, Findlay Pallet, Interstate Truck Repair, TNT Firearms, Nagy Equipment Sales 28N will be your pole setter. To the outside, in car number 27H out of Findlay, Ohio, in the Hefner Racing. Rodata Trucking and Excavating, Triple X Chassis, Stinger Race Fuel, BK Trucking 27H, it's Bryce Lucius. Row number 2 to the inside. Former Speedweek champion out of Republic, Ohio, the Jeff Ward Demolition, Premier Planning Services, Elliott's Custom Trailers and Carts, the Tony Elliott Foundation, Primal T-Shop, Innovative Excavating, 33W, Cap Henry, and rolling off in that 4th spot, the quickest qualifier in this heat, out of Sandusky, Ohio, in the number 15C, the Ohio Truck Sales Fleet Financial Real American Beer Whiteford Kenworth entry, that is Chris Andrews. Row number 3 on the inside, In the AU55, out of Mount Gambier, South Australia, it's Parker Scott in the Auto Care of Mount Gambier. Cullum Morrison Construction Prestige Track Sales Quick Mix Concrete number AU55. And the 17 GP, the driver out of Sand Springs, Oklahoma, in the Michael Dutcher Motorsports Lifestyle Homes Big Rig Repair Services of Indiana. Avanti Windows, Parallax Group entry, that is Hank Davis. Your last row. On the inside, picked up the win Monday at the Wayne County Speedway, defending All-Star champion out of Sacramento, California, in the Burchard Financial, Harris Distributing, Pub 400, C&H Veteran Services, Kleinholtz Electric Machine 101, that is Caleb Henry. And on the tail, out of Allenton, Michigan, in the Crest Lincoln, Ron's CarQuest Catch Fence, Armada number 5E, that is Bobby Elliott. 8 laps, top 5 to tonight's 35-lap A main. They would have the one to go signal when they cross the stripe here on the front stretch. 8 laps, top 5 to the A. Listening home, Bob and Susie Williams from All Pro Aluminum Cylinder Heads. Bob's here. Susie's at home, keeping track of everything. Make sure we do everything right. Here we go. Heat race number 2 goes green. Bryce Lucius grabs the lead out of turn 2. Chris Andrews already up to that second spot. He's going to dive in low in 3 and 4. But Bryce Lucius leads lap number 1, trading sliders for 3rd. Cap Henry, Trey Jacobs, and the 17 GP of Hank Davis. Pulling away out front, though, Bryce Lucius. Heck of a battle. Here comes Caleb Henry up there to battle in that top 5 as well. Chris Andrews now comfortably in 2nd. Cap Henry 3rd. Hank Davis in that 4th spot. Trey Jacobs 5th. But here comes the Australian Parker Scott in the 101 of Caleb Henry. Henry to the rear bumper of Jacobs, who slides up the racetrack in turn 2. Opens that bottom groove to Caleb Henry. Side by side for the 5th and final transfer spot. They almost touch in turn 4. Bryce Lucius continues the lead by almost 2 seconds out of turn 4. Chris Andrews 2nd. Cap Henry 3rd. Hank Davis 4th. The battle for the final transfer spot. Trey Jacobs in the 28N. Caleb Henry in the 101, going to take a run to his inside again. Henry to the inside. Oh, they almost touch in turn 4, once again battling for that final transfer spot. Jacobs can't hold the 28N down to the exit of turn 2 as the white flag goes in the air for Bryce Lucius. Lucius already down the backstretch, 2 left-hand turns. Bryce Lucius wins All Pro Aluminum Cylinder Heads Heat Race number 2. Chris Andrews will come home 2nd. 3rd to Cap Henry, 4th. Hank Davis, final transfer to Trey Jacobs to the B. Caleb Henry, Parker Scott, and Bobby Elliott to the B feature event. So your top 5 to the A. Trey Jacobs 5th, 4th to Hank Davis 3rd. Cap Henry, good points race for Chris Andrews from 4th to 2nd. And make some noise for the winner of your All Pro Aluminum Cylinder Heads Heat Race number 2 out of Findlay, Ohio. How about it for Bryce Lucius?
Heat race number 3 brought to you by Adaptive One Calipers. Upgrade your braking system with Adaptive One brake calipers. These high-quality direct fit replacements feature an advanced E-coat technology for superior corrosion resistance and performance, ensuring safety and style with OE match colors and easy installation. Starting on the pole for heat race number 3 from Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, the Weikert Livestock Speedway Cars Big Cove Whitetail Trophy Hunts York Excavating. That's the 48 of Double D, Danny Dietrich. To the outside from Struthers, Ohio, the JS Bova Excavating, Pro Quality Demo, Southeastern Equipment, Seneca Bob Sub Shop, 20B of Cody Bova. Row number 2 on the inside Winner Friday night at Attica Raceway Park from Gibsonburg, Ohio, the Real Geese, Stillhouse Decoys, Gill Construction, Grant Decker Construction, 09 of Craig Mintz. And to the outside, a winner at Sharon Speedway from Tiffin, Ohio, Love Utilities, Fremont Auto Parts, Linder Speed Equipment, Limousine Limos, Ash Automotive, 29Z of Zeth Sabo. Starting in the 5th spot from Circleville, Ohio, the Green Lawn and Landscape, Adam Home Investment Services, Pop Parts, Pickview Farm, 79, Cole Duncan. To the outside from Rawson, Ohio, the Golden Flavor Sesame Sticks, Vulcan Fire Protection, Bluffton Diesel Service, Callie's Performance Products, 98 of Ricky Peterson Jr. In the 7th spot from Salina, Ohio, in the Ron Jacobs Trucking, May Painting and Sandblasting, CEI 2X, that's Gage Etkin. To the outside from Sheboygan Falls, Wisconsin, the BMRE Electric Carts, Kaiser Aluminum Wheels, Wiskin Hot Cheese, that is the 47 of Todd King. And rounding out the field from Adelaide, Australia, the Kaiser Wheels, Slade Shocks, GW Racing All-Star Supply Company, 5AU, Brock Hallett. Lights will go out. Coming into the final 2 heat races, Chris Andrews, unofficially the points leader. Bryce Lucius, Tim Schaefer, Nate Dussel, Zane DeVault, Cap Henry, Gavin Bouchel, and Hank Davis, your top 8 in points, unofficially after the first 2 heat races. Danny Dietrich, Cody Bova, green flag is out here in heat race number 3. Dietrich going to lead him into turn number 1 and 2 as Zane DeVault goes to the outside. Bova, though, going to block him. Here comes Craig Mintz now. He'll throw a little bit of a slider on Bova and take over the 2nd spot. Zeth Sabo trying to hold on to the final transfer spot as Cole Duncan side by side with the 29Z. Out front, it's all Danny Dietrich early on as Ricky Peterson Jr. throws a slider on Bova for 3rd. Zeth Sabo still holding the 79 of Cole Duncan at bay, but up front, the 48 of Dietrich. Bova trying to go back after the 98 of Peterson, not going to get by. Here comes Zeth Sabo now for that 4th spot. 4 down, 4 to go for the 48 of Danny Dietrich. Cody Bova still holding off Zeth Sabo. Here comes Cole Duncan again, getting a run on that 5th and final transfer spot. Bova gets off the edge. Howdy gets by. Now Cole Duncan going to get by as well. So Cody Bova going to lose 2 spots as Cole Duncan now in the 5th and final spot. Out front, all Danny Dietrich over Craig Mintz, Ricky Peterson Jr., Zeth Sabo, and now Cole Duncan as the 20B of Cody Bova on the outside looking in. White flag in the air one more time around for Danny Dietrich as they go down the back chute into turn number 3 and 4 and taking home heat race number 3. It's Double D, Danny Dietrich. Craig Mintz comes home in 2nd. Ricky Peterson 3rd. Zeth Sabo and Cole Duncan to the A main here tonight. But taking home heat race number 3 from Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, Double D, Danny Dietrich. Craig Mintz, Ricky Peterson Jr., Zeth Sabo, Cole Duncan going to the A main as well.
I'm kind of wondering if the wing slider on Cody Bova's car malfunctioned, because I can't believe he was the only car out there to put that wing all the way to the trunk of the race car, and it was a handful for him. It had a distinct push to it, so they might have had a wing slider malfunction in the number 20B. Who's sponsor, Alex, for 4th and final heat race?
Basil Race Fuels brings heat race number 4. Basil Race Fuels distributes racing fuels throughout Ohio, Pennsylvania, Tennessee, Kentucky, West Virginia, Virginia, Delaware, and Maryland. We can help you find a location to purchase the specific fuel you need. For more information, visit basilracefuels.com.
Scheduled to start on the pole for the 4th and final heat race out of Lemoore, California, in the Burmeister Racing number 16. The Sunny Signs DMI Kaiser Wheels, Willwood Brakes, Triple X, Burmeister Trophy machine. That is the Spider, Gage Garcia. To his outside, from Sunshine Coast, Queensland, Australia, and Iridicel Trucking, Neutron Homes, Red Hill Transport, Napa Auto Parts, Clay Purview, Sprint Shack number 66, it's Ryan Newton. Row number 2 to the inside, out of Fremont, Ohio, Driving the commercial glazing systems, Crown Battery, Josh Cromer, Seamless Gutters, Hammer, Pallets, Level Performance, All Intent Rentals, Level Utilities, number 3. That is DJ Foose. And rolling off in that 4th position in car number 44, out of Davidson, North Carolina, Level Utilities, Kaiser Sound, Kelly Go. Limousine Services, 44. That is Aiden Price. Row number 3 to the inside, out of Adrian, Michigan, driving the Ed Neumeister Racing. Cherry's Propane, Cherry's Outdoor World, L&M Properties, Poor Racing, Level Utilities, Heitmeyer Concrete, Nagy Coating, Southgate Lanes, 11N. That is Darren Nida. And rolling off in that 6th position from Enon Valley, Pennsylvania, driving the Shellhaus Landscape Construction, Karski Security, Bobby Clark Racing, Watkins Turf Care, McFarland Lumber, Chaluk's Bar and Grill, 38, Leighton Wagner. Your last row to the inside, out of Mercer, Pennsylvania, the McCandless Ford, Priest Enterprises, McCandless Trailer Sales, number 29, that is Logan McCandless. And on the tail, hopefully the Gremlins are out of the number 71, out of Kokomo, Indiana, driving the Indy Race Parts, Wood Racing Engines, Chalk Sticks entry. That is the law firm Parker Price Miller. 8 laps, top 5 to the feature event. Rest to the B. 3 heats for the D2 USAC D2 midgets. Looking, out of turn 4, green out. Gage Garcia going to lead the charge out of turn 2, but right on his rear bumper, the Australian Ryan Newton. Newton, big slide job in 3 and 4 to the lead. Garcia back to 2nd, DJ Foose 3rd, Aiden Price 4th, and Darren Nida your top 5. Everybody tiptoes around the bottoms of turns 1 and 2. On the move, he started last in this one. The law firm Parker Price Miller. Ryan Newton out front, though. His lead nearly a second over Gage Garcia. DJ Foose stumbles on the cushion in 3 and 4. Aiden Price, Darren Nida, and now Parker Price Miller closing the gap. Ryan Newton flies out front. Oh, Aiden Price a little bobble in 3 and 4. 3-car battle now for that 4 spot. Aiden Price, Darren Nadia, and Parker Price Miller hang on. Leighton Wagner spins in turn number 2 to bring out the caution flag. And problems for the 11. The right rear tire explodes on the 16, I believe, of Gage Garcia. Right rear tire on the 16 exploding. He was running in that 2nd spot. Burmeister Racing Team, Mike Summers and gang getting ready in the work area. So 4 laps in, 4 to go. Ryan Newton out front. That'll put DJ Foose in the 2nd, Aiden Price 3rd, Darren Nida 4th, and from the tail up to the final transfer, Parker Price Miller. They will come back to the 1 to go signal. They could still change that. Should somebody spin or something on the restart? Lights out on the Speedway. In the restart zone, here we go. Green out, single file past that restart cone. DJ Foose going to take a peek underneath of Ryan Newton. DJ Foose with a big run in the 3 and 4. Top two have pulled away. Good race for third. Darren Nida, Aiden Price, and Parker Price Miller. Ryan Newton flying out front. DJ Foose second. Aiden Price trying to hold off Parker Price Miller for the third spot as the white flag goes in the air one more time around. Down the backstretch one final time. Out of turn number 4, taking the heat race win, the Australian Ryan Newton. DJ Foose second, third, Aiden Price fourth. Parker Price Miller in the final transfer to Darren Nida to the B. Logan McCandless, Leighton Wagner, and Gage Garcia. Top 5 to the A. Darren Nida comes home 5th. Parker Price Miller from the tail to 4th. 3rd to Aiden Price. DJ Foose comes home 2nd to make some noise for the winner of your Basel Race Fuels. Heat race number 4 in car number 66. How about it for the Australian Ryan Newton? Alex heading down, I believe, for the dice roll for the inversion. Top 8 in points after qualifying in the heats for their dash. Go ahead, Alex.
Islander in of Put in Bay dice roll. Young fan, what's your name?
Cadley.
And who's your favorite driver?
Parker Price Miller.
Parker Price Miller, and he will roll the dice for tonight's invert. 0. No invert for tonight's dash.
Heat race number 1 will push on to the racetrack here in just a moment for the USAC Midwest Thunder Midgets, presented by Performance Electronics. Heat race number 1, presented by Jeff Hill Trailer Sales. Christian Dunn alongside Bella Hall. We'll get Bella on the mic here in just a second. Bella joining me all season long. Started last year, really enjoyed it. Now I can't call a race without her, so we'll get her on the mic here in just a moment. We have a lot of information for you. Race fans, we have a prize that we'll give away later to one lucky race fan. We'll ask you a trivia question. You'll answer the trivia question, and then we will give you a goodie bag. That bag has T-shirts, hats, decals, stickers. Everything you could think of will be in that bag that we will give out here in just a moment. Here is the starting lineup for heat race number 1. The driver on the pole out of Covington, Ohio, drive the JTC Outdoor Services Site X Performance Powder Coating Downers Bay Resort is the 36 of Ian Krieger. Starting second out of Ludlow Falls, Ohio, drive the High Concrete, Ohio Logistics Hirsch Pharmacy. Ironhead Tires, Skunkwork-AI, Innovative Woodworking. It is the 74H of Luke Hall. Starting third out of Norwood, Ohio, drive the Team Taylor Racing, Erlen Chrysler, Jeep Dodge, Hilton Auctioneers, Midwest Roofing Technicians, Mid-Ohio Development. It's the 11 of Buddy Hallmeyer. Fourth starter out of Belpre, Ohio, tonight's QuickTime qualifier, driving the Best Title Agency, Nick Bibby's Allstate Insurance, Scott Cease, McCarthy Real Estate, Bev Hackney, Sel Weigel, Fred and Martha Kroc. It is the 18 of Zach Weigel. Fifth starter out of Pleasant Hills, Ohio, driving the Adaptive Machine Company, the Gas and Family Data Roofing, Local Coffee and Cream, Sub-Zero Heating and Air, Site X Inc. It is the 21 of Dylan Trost. Starting sixth out of Delphus, Ohio, driving the OEM Auto Recyclers, Pitts and Bugger Supply, 22 Skunk Works, Bell Helmets, High-Speed TIT Graphics Helmet Painting, and R. Lee Restoration. It's the 22 of Gunnar Lucius. In final starter out of Continental, Ohio, driving the Rhino City Speed Shop. It's the 18N of Derek Knopfsinger. 7 drivers, 8 laps. Everybody will transfer to tonight's 20-lap A main with 19 drivers signed in for competition. Top 3 will go to a redraw pit side to determine starting positions 1 through 9. All right, Bella, here we are.
I think this is on.
I think you're good.
Okay.
All right, here we are back at Waynesfield Raceway Park, my favorite track that we go to. No offense, Brian. I'm sorry. Brian sighed when I said that. I just love coming to the field of speed. Waynesfield's such a fun racetrack. So anyways, Bella.
Yes.
Such a fun racetrack. I know this is a racetrack
Absolutely.
that you probably grew up coming to a lot.
Definitely.
So you probably enjoy coming here as well. Mm-hmm.
It is one of my favorites. It is.
Let's talk about our TikTok real quick.
Check 1 2. Check. Sounds like it's on to me. Check 1 2. It's on. Just get it up to your mouth there.
Oh, it's up.
So anyways, talk about our TikTok real quick. It's something new that we started last year. It's been very successful.
Yes, it has been such a fun time. Our TikTok is under USAC MTM on TikTok if you'd like to give us a follow. I just go around the pits and we talk to the guys, we make jokes, we ask them a bunch of questions, and you kind of get to know the driver outside of the car versus what you see on the track. So if you feel the need to watch those videos and get a good laugh, that is the page you want to keep up on and follow.
And I touched on it briefly. Go ahead and go and talk a little bit more about the Fan of the Night.
Yes. So Fan of the Week, we do a giveaway.
Fan of the Week, excuse me, I'm sorry.
Yes. Fan of the Week, we do a giveaway for every race. Tonight has a couple big items in it. It's more some bigger items. So later on, Christian, or did you already say the question? Okay. Later on, Christian is going to give a trivia question, and whoever can meet us down under the bleachers.
Yeah, after our 3 heat races, we'll walk down there.
If you want to find us under the bleachers, and we will have that gift for you. I have it back in the pits, but I will bring it back up here next time, and we will find you later.
So just pay attention to what we say tonight, because we will give the answer. Tonight's trivia question to win this gift bag is, who is the driver that won this race when we supported the All-Stars a year ago here at Waynesfield Raceway Park?
That
Again,
is the question, ladies and gentlemen. Think
that's a
about
good
it
one.
long and hard, and find us after these heats.
And we all have computers in our hands.
Yes.
Last year's winner of this race. Looks like everyone was supposed to push it off here. Something else that we started doing, Bella, is we started picking winners. I remember being a kid picking winners. I'll let you pick first real quick before we go on the back, before we go green this time by.
Is it biased?
It is biased, so
Okay.
you're going to go ahead and pick Luke Hall, aren't you?
I'm just going to go ahead on a limb and pick him, yes.
Well, I'm taking Ian Krieger. He's in a backup car.
Good
He's
pick,
on the pole.
yes.
He's been fast all year. But Buddy Hallmeyer, starting on the inside of row number 2, has been getting better and better. Zach Weigel with tonight's quick time qualifier, as well as the green flag flies into turn number 1. Quickly to the lead. It's going to be the Ohio Hammer. Luke Hall around the outside. 3 wide middle is Krieger. He'll fall back. And once again, we see troubles with the 21 of Dylan Trost.
Dylan Trost been having troubles all season long. I was talking to Dylan in the pits earlier today, and he said that last race he had a little bit of an issue, and his throttle was actually bent. So today when he went to fire the car, it kind of shot off on him, and it made him a little uneasy. But he said he felt good after that, but it looks like still, unfortunately, having technical problems.
Dylan Trost, if his car runs the way it's supposed to, he's always extremely fast. No question about it, he is a future winner with this series. They just need to get these mechanical issues taken care of. We'll see if he's able to push back off. Looks like he might. Well, looks like he wants to be pushed back off. This will be a complete restart, though, with the yellow flag coming out in turn number 1. I want to talk about Buddy Hallmeyer real quick. Buddy Hallmeyer taking a wild ride at Lima Land Motorsports Park last Friday night.
Yeah, rough one.
Quite the tumble. Luckily, the car wasn't too severely damaged. I believe they had it fixed Saturday morning, but this is his first time back out onto the racetrack other than hot laps. But that opening lap didn't look too bad for him.
Yeah, and Buddy always gaining a lot of speed everywhere we go. He gets better every single race. He was one of our rookies at one point just a year ago, correct?
Yep.
So he's just done nothing but improve, and he's fun to watch every time we hit a track.
Zach Weigel, full-timer with the USAC National Midgets. It's always fun to see Zach Weigel come back and run with us when his schedule allows. He has 1 start this year, and that 1 start resulted in a win at Circle City.
Yes.
So that blue number 18 on the outside of row number 2 will be one to keep an eye on as well. Gunnar Lucius from Delphus, Ohio, not too far away. One that he wants, and Derek Knopfsinger out there as well. So we'll go back under the green flag this time by 6 cars remaining. All drivers transfer. We're looking for the top 3, though, that go to that redraw back in the pit area. Here we go, green flag. It was a tough initial start for the 36 of Ian Krieger. Once again, Luke Hall around the outside, tries to pull around, just like we saw in that opening lap. Zach Weigel looks down low to try to make it 3 wide down the backstretch. Luke Hall with the momentum in the middle. He'll take the race lead. Ian Krieger back to 3rd. Zach Weigel from 4th to 2nd, and a great start for Zach Weigel.
I feel like we're going to see a bunch of different lines here, too. Ian Krieger feeling really comfortable on the bottom where he likes to stay, and Zach Weigel and Luke Hall are definitely ones who like to ride the top. So we're going to see a lot of pattern switching throughout this heat.
Krieger fell back. Now he's side by side with Zach Weigel across the start-finish line. Zach Weigel, I believe, would have been 3rd. Ian Krieger 2nd. Luke Hall still leads. Now it's Gunnar Lucius looking to the inside of Buddy Hallmeyer. Buddy Hallmeyer with some debris off the side of his car, probably a result of the damage sustained at Lima.
Absolutely, yes. Looks like we're just losing a side panel there. It's kind of hitting his tires, so we shall see if that results in anything rough, and he's still holding up Gunnar Lucius right behind him.
Lucius slides up, makes contact with Hallmeyer. Quite a bit of contact there in turns 3 and 4. Each driver able to keep their cars pointing in the right direction. Ian Krieger has fallen back to third. He's the third and final redraw driver as of now. As we mentioned, he's in a backup car. Luke Hall continues to lead. Zach Weigel second. Now Buddy Hallmeyer looking to the inside of Gunnar Lucius for fourth off of turn number 4. Back again to the inside in turns 1 and 2.
And that side panel now wedged behind Buddy Hallmeyer's left rear, so we will see if that plays anything into how he finishes this heat race. And Gunnar Lucius been able to get around him here and now holding a steady place and chasing down Ian Krieger.
Then I talked to Buddy back in the pit area before the race, and he mentioned some cosmetic issues like this that he was a little concerned about coming into the night. Great battle for the race lead, though. Zach Weigel closing in on the Ohio Hammer. Luke Hall, 1 lap to go. Zach Weigel going to the bottom of the racetrack, trying to close in off of 2 with the momentum. It's still Hall. Luke Hall into turn number 3. Again, down to the bottom is Zach Weigel. Can't make it work. Luke Hall wins Jeff Hill Trailer Sales heat race number 1. Zach Weigel second, Ian Krieger third. Good opening heat race there.
Absolutely.
Unofficial finish. Driver finishing 7th at 21 of Dylan Trost, 6th to the 18 in of Derek Knopfsinger, 5th to the 11 of Buddy Hallmeyer, 4th to the 22 of Gunnar Lucius. Top 3 going to tonight's redraw, finishing 3rd to 36 of Ian Krieger, 2nd to the 18 of Zach Weigel, and picking up the heat race win, the driver out of Ludlow Falls, Ohio, driving the Heitmeyer Concrete, Ohio Logistics, Hirsch Pharmacy, Ironhead Tires, Skunkwork.ai, Innovative Woodworking. It is the 74H of the Ohio Hammer, Luke Hall. Heat race number 2, presented by Stifel Home and Auto LLC. Big thank you to Stifel Home and Auto for being the presenting sponsor for heat race number 2. Their lineup is as follows. The driver on the pole out of Winchester, Indiana, driving the Freedom GMC Cockrell Farm, Starlight Skating Padded Lawn Care, is the 11X of Jalen Cox. Second starter out of Cox Creek, Kentucky, driving the Fedorchuk Racing CP Mobile Shrink Wrap, is the 21G of Chet Gerke. Starting third out of Anna, Ohio, the 2022 Series champion, driving the Thrill Seeker LLC, Briggs Farms, Rosewood Machine and Tools, Superior Bearing and Supply, White's Honda, and Toyota of Lima, Ohio, Jason Deach Trailer Sales. This is 71 of Stratton Briggs. Fourth starter, the driver out of Troy, Ohio, the 2024 Series champion, driving the Creative Label, Sub-Industrial Flooring, American Advanced Assemblies, Lavender Home Improvements, Serves Painting, Heath Murray State Farm Agent, Double J Construction. It's the 35 of BMAS, Bryce Massengill. Fifth starter out of Jamestown, Ohio, it's the 11S of Ashley Schloss. And final starter, starting 6th out of Piqua, Ohio, driving the Bryan Brothers Painting and Restoration. It is the 40J of Jason Schaefer. 6 drivers, 8 laps. All drivers transfer top 3 to the A main. Bella, this is a pretty good heat race here. Jalen Cox has been quick all along. Chet Gerke, a multi-time winner, made his first start of the season at Lima Land, ran well. Stratton Briggs, a former series champion, second on the all-time win list. Bryce Massengill starting 4th. 18 career wins. That's most all-time. 3 wins last year. However, he's on an 11-race winless streak. Who do you have in this one? Who's one to keep an eye on?
I'm going to let you pick first because I picked first last time. We'll go back and forth.
I'm going to take last year's winner of this race, the 35 of BMAS, Bryce Massengill. He's going to start on the outside of row number 2. Bryce Massengill, my pick for heat race number 2.
I'm going to go ahead and pick my sights on the white and pink car of Stratton Briggs. I think he's going to be able to work this track pretty good. So our picks will start beside each other, and we'll see who can battle it out.
Bella with Stratton Briggs. I'm taking BMAS. Jalen Cox and Chet Gerke will be tough to beat on the front row. You have Ashley Schloss, the young lady out of Jamestown, Ohio, running for Rookie of the Year honors, and Jason Schaefer, who, if it wasn't for bad luck, wouldn't have any luck at all. Tough break this year for Jason Schaefer, getting upside down at Eldora and having some mechanical issues with the car during hot laps.
Absolutely, and I did see during hot laps he kind of got a little sideways, was able to save it, but yeah.
So here we go. Green flag coming this time by 6 drivers, 8 laps, top 3 to the redraw. Everyone going to the A main. Green flag. Nearly contact there between Chet Gerke and Jalen Cox. Cox will fall back to second. Bryce Massengill looking high. He'll gain a spot off of turn number 2. Now grouping together in turns 3 and 4. Jalen Cox on the bottom. It's going to be Chet Gerke leading lap number 1. They're side by side in turn number 1 and nearly contact again.
BMAS trying to get around Jalen Cox and Chet Gerke, and unfortunately both of them kind of blocking his line, one running the bottom, one running the top, and he's trying to get through, and Chet Gerke holding a steady pace throughout that middle line.
Down to the bottom of the racetrack where Bryce Massengill loves to run so much, trying to close in on the 11 of Cox, trying to pull even off of turn number 4. Let's see who has that one. It's going Jalen Cox holding on to the second position. Now, normally we would have points to award after heat races, so they're not just content running the top 3 for the redraw. However, no points tonight. It's a non-points race. Cross flag shown. 4 down, 4 to go. Chet Gerke continues to lead.
Chet Gerke holding pretty steady. Jalen Cox not too far behind him, trying to run that bottom line in hopes that he can probably throw a slider here soon, and we'll see if he can get it done on this lap.
A little issue on corner exit there for Gerke. Bryce Massengill nearly getting into the back of Jalen Cox. He's looking high again in turns 1 and 2. Cox to the bottom, top 3 grouped together. Trying to go around the outside is Bryce Massengill. They're even into turn number 3. Cox still has the second position. Up against the cushion is Bryce Massengill. Can Massengill finally clear him this lap? He does. Move Bryce Massengill up to second.
BMAS pushing that car so hard and working right around Jalen Cox to get right up there beside Chet Gerke to see if he can get it done this lap.
White flag shown this time by 1 lap to go. Chet Gerke will hold on to the race lead. Massengill down there on the bottom. Side by side, even off of turn number 2 with the momentum is Chet Gerke. Massengill back to second. One more attempt. Nearly making contact, having to get out of it is Massengill. Up the racetrack goes Chet Gerke. Back out of the bottom is Massengill, but Chet Gerke will pick up the heat race number 2 win.
What a race. That was awesome.
So unofficial finish for heat race number 2. 6th going to the 40J of Jason Schaefer. 5th to the 11S of Ashley Schloss. 4th to the 71 of Stratton Briggs. Top 3 going to tonight's redraw. 3rd to the 11X of Jalen Cox. 2nd to the 35 of Bryce Massengill. And picking up the heat race win, the driver out of Cox Creek, Kentucky. Driving the Fedorchek Racing CP Mobile Shrink Wrap is the 21G of Chet Gerke. One more heat race for the USAC Midwest Thunder D2 Midgets. And again, the trivia question to win this gift bag, you just have to meet us down below the flag stand, or not below the flag stand, below the seats here. To get that, the trivia question is, who won this race a year ago with the USAC Midwest Thunder Midgets when we supported the All-Star Circuit of Champions during Sprint Speedweek? Heat race number 3 lineup is as follows. All right, heat race number 3. Sorry, a lot of stuff going on here. I apologize. Heat race number 3 lineup is as follows. The driver on the pole out of Orient, Ohio, driving the Grass Inc. Indy Cylinder Heads, Hatfield Used Car Central, Ohio Fabrication, Hunter Rutledge. It's the 5D of Jonathan Decker. Starting second out of Waterford, Michigan, driving the Fedorchek Racing, CP Mobile Shrink Wrap, Fathom, Terrell Electric, Hasley Trucking. It's the 49 of Carl Peterson. Starting third out of Brookville, Ohio, driving the Clayton Auto Parts Advanced Racing Suspension, Dwayne Nyberg Custom Trailers, Top Line Graphics. It's the 7M of Cole Morgan. Starting fourth out of Danville, Indiana, driving the 2, it's Tristan Brown. Fifth starter out of Miller City, Ohio, driving the Marco's Pizza William Bond Company, Dale's Concrete, BJ's Auto Sales, Lakeside Propane. It's the 99L of Tate and Long. And final starter out of St. Louis, Missouri, driving the Faith Group LLC. It's a 2W of John Watson. 6 drivers, 8 laps. Everyone goes to the A main. Top 3 to the redraw. This is a fun one. This is a fun one and a great opportunity for many of our drivers for heat race number 3. Looking at this, Bella, the youngest driver in the field, the youngest driver with the series this year is Jonathan Decker, making his 3rd career start with the series. He's 14 years old. He finished 13th in his D2 debut at Atomic Speedway a couple weeks ago. Who do you have?
Let me add on to that I do love Jonathan Decker's car. The paint scheme is amazing. I love all the fun neon colors. I actually, for this one, am going to take a little bit of an underdog pick and going to go with Cole Morgan starting 3rd.
That was my pick. I was going to pick Cole Morgan. I like all these drivers. I like all of them. Tate and Long has ran well. When John Watson has a good car under him, he runs well. Tristan Brown has been fast all year. I am going to take the upset of my boy Jonathan Decker getting his first heat race win. Right. Here we go, green flag, and we are racing into turn number 1. Decker leads on the bottom, around the outside, trying to get some momentum is Carl Peterson. They're side by side for 3rd. Here comes your guy, Cole Morgan, to the inside of Tristan Brown. Morgan down low, up the racetrack goes Brown, but Jonathan Decker will lead lap number 1. A great opening lap for Jonathan Decker.
Jonathan Decker getting such a good start. He is handling that car so well and keeping it steady. At his age, that's really awesome to see, and I think one day and moving up, he's going to be a winner here in the near future.
He missed the transfer at Lima. 34 cars signed in. He missed the transfer by 1. Side by side for 2nd, Peterson and Tristan Brown. Brown has 2nd, Peterson back to 3rd, Cole Morgan running 4th, side by side with John Watson and Tate and Long for position. Watson's going to try to clear him off at turn number 4, but back up front it is Jonathan Decker who continues to lead. Going to the top of the racetrack off of turn number 2 is Cole Morgan. Cole Morgan losing a little bit of ground though on corner exit.
Cole Morgan choosing that top line, like Christian said, losing just a little bit of momentum there. I think he might try and switch his ways again and run towards that middle bottom line in the future and see if he can get any other work done.
Tristan Brown around the outside. New race leader, the 2 of Brown. Decker back to second. Decker goes down to the bottom of the racetrack, going to try to pull even. Don't think he'll be able to make it work here, but a great control of that car off of turn number 4. He'll fall back to second. He is still in a transfer position. Looks again in turns 1 and 2. We'll see if Tristan Brown's able to pull away now here in 3 and 4 as laps wind down.
Tristan Brown hitting that cutoff right in front of Jonathan Decker perfectly and securing that lead, and now he's for sure a couple of seconds ahead of Jonathan Decker and running a steady heat.
Great heat race for Jonathan Decker. He's running second. Carl Peterson third. The first driver on the outside looking in when it comes to the inversion is the 7M of Cole Morgan. Tate Long now trying to close in on Cole Morgan as the white flag flies. 1 lap to go for Tristan Brown.
Tate Long also one that gets better every single race we see him out here. He's not always at every single race, but when he shows up, he does put on a good show.
Turns 3, coming off of turn number 4, Tristan Brown will pick up the heat race win. Second to Jonathan Decker, Carl Peterson third, Cole Morgan fourth. Tate Long able to hold on to 5th, 6th to John Watson. So unofficial finishing order, finishing 6th, the 2W of John Watson, 5th of the 9L of Tate Long, 4th of the 7M of Cole Morgan. Top 3 going to tonight's redraw, 3rd of the 49 of Carl Peterson, 2nd of the 5D of Jonathan Decker, and picking up the heat race win, it is the 2 of Tristan Brown. Bella, when we're up next, when we're back up here, it is for a main competition for the USAC Midwest Thunder Midgets.
Perfect.
We'll turn the mic over to Brian Lisky.
Thank you, Kristen. All right, drivers are going to be coming up with their helmets to help out the photographers who were injured at Wayne County Speedway on Monday. Give, if you can, please. The 50-50 winner share is up to $850. $850 for the winner share of the 50-50 to benefit the Wapakoneta girls basketball team. So get those tickets. You're running out of time. Drivers coming up with their helmets. Help out if you can. $1 here, $1 there might help put some groceries on the table. For the 3 photographers, racing photographers, they were injured at Wayne County. So those watching on FloRacing, going to do a little bit of watering of the racetrack too as the drivers go through the stands collecting for the injured photographers. Thoughts and prayers with them. Hopefully speedy recovery. So the order of events for the rest of the evening, the All-Star Dash will be next up, then the All-Star B, then the D2 Midget A, and the 35-lap All-Star A. Race fans, I encourage you to download the My Race Pass app on your phone. You can get live timing and scoring, lineups, and a whole lot more. You can participate in a lot of the fantasy leagues on My Race Pass. I think it's, I want to say $10 or $11 a year to subscribe to My Race Pass, and it's well worth it if you go to a lot of races. You can see lap times, the distance between the top first, second, third, fourth on back. Get all the lineups, qualifying times, and more on My Race Pass. In case you missed it, Ray Brooks and the gang at CK Mechanical Gill Construction out of Port Clinton upping the purse at the Fremont Speedway to $10,000 to win tomorrow night. So a pair of $10,000 to win events to close out the 45th annual Overwatch Precision Ohio Sprint Speed Week, presented by Kistler Racing Products and Kistler Engines. Again, that 50-50 winner share up to $850. Girls are right down here behind the flag stand. Drivers report back to the pit area, please. All drivers report back to the pit area. Thank you. Thank you, race fans. Give yourself a round of applause. Nice job. Cars in the staging area for our dash. How they finish is how they'll start the first 4 rows of tonight's 35-lap A main.
Pulling onto the speedway, the level utilities dash, and starting on the pole after an invert of 0, thanks to the Islander in a put-in bay dice roll. Starting on the pole from Sandusky, Ohio, the Kenworth of Cleveland, Fleet Financial, Ohio Truck Sales, Real American Beer, 15C. That is Chris Andrews. To the outside from Findlay, Ohio, the Rodada Trucking, Triple X, Stinger Race Fuels, BK Trucking, 27H, Bryce Lucius. Starting in third spot from Gibsonburg, Ohio, the Real Geese, Sail House, Decoys, Gill Construction, Grant and Decker Construction, 09. That is Craig Mintz. To the outside from Sunshine Coast, Queensland, Australia, the New Trent Homes, NAPA, Rudisill Trucking, 66, Ryan Newton. Row number 3 on the inside from Fremont, Ohio, in the CGS Commercial Glazing Services, Level Utilities, Level Performance, Crown Battery, Josh Cromer, Seamless Gutters, 3. That is DJ Foose. To the outside from Aliquippa, Pennsylvania, the CEI Crane and Rigging, Baker Mobile Home Transport, Starrett Services, TR Crane and Towing, Ron Jacobs Trucking, Premier Pallet, 45, the Steel City Outlaw, Tim Schaefer. In the 7th spot from Huntersville, North Carolina, Level Utilities, Kelly Go, Kaiser Sound Company, Limousine Limos, the 44, that is Aiden Price. Rounding out the field from Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, the Whitecourts Livestock Speedway Cars, Big Cove Whitetail Trophy Hunts, York Excavating, Gary Kaufman Racing, 48, Double D, Danny Dietrich. That will be your starting lineup for tonight's Level Utility Dash. Lights will go out. Winner of this one will start on the pole for our 35-lap A main here at Waynesfield. 6 laps distance, Chris Andrews, Bryce Lucius on the front row. Green flag is out in your Level Utilities dash. Andrews going to lead him into turn number 1 and 2. Lucius holds the second spot. DJ Foose up to third as Tim Schaefer on the move. He's to the inside of the 44 of Aiden Price. Danny Dietrich came in tonight second in Ohio Speedweek points, the only one out of that top 5 in this Level Utilities dash. As leading the way, Chris Andrews over Bryce Lucius, Tim Schaefer and Aiden Price side by side. Tim Schaefer going to take over the spot. There comes Danny Dietrich. 3-car battle for your 6th spot as Dietrich gets by Price. Aiden Price going to diamond off the corner, though, gets a run heading into turn number 1 and 2. He'll go to the inside on the 48, and Danny Dietrich won't get by. Chris Andrews out in front by over a second. Make that 2-second lead for Chris Andrews. Bryce Lucius, DJ Foose, Craig Mintz, that's your top 4 with Tim Schaefer in 5th. Danny Dietrich now closing in on the 45 of Tim Schaefer. White flag is out one more time by and down the backstretch into turn number 3 and 4. And after this, Chris Andrews going to win your Level Utilities dash. Bryce Lucius second, DJ Foos, Craig Mintz, Tim Schaefer, Danny Dietrich, Aiden Price. As Ryan Newton did not start that, so he will be scheduled to start in the 8th spot in tonight's A main event. Brian, one more thing left of preliminary action. The Tubbo Towels B main, and you were down in the command center. You saw the boxes of Tubbo Towels from Friday night at Attica, and we still are just giving these things out. The great partner of Tubbo Towels sponsoring the B main and giving these guys, well, tubs of towels.
Well, Rachel did a little video of the drivers thanking Tubbo Towels. Cody Bova was hilarious in that, by the way. His bloopers and bleepers, yes. So 12 laps, I believe, is the distance of this Tubbo Towels B main, top 4 to the A. Scheduled to start on the pole out of Struthers, Ohio, in the J.S. Bova Excavating Southeastern Equipment SP Tech Pro Quality Demo 20B. That's Cody Bova. 2 is outside tonight's quick qualifier out of Bluffton, Ohio, driving the Control Design Solutions Tire Slick Bomber Reynolds Banshee Graphics 5T. It's Travis Philo. Row number 2 to the inside out of Mount Gambier, South Australia. In the Auto Care Mount Gambier, Cullum Morrison Construction Prestige Track Sales Quick Mix Concrete AU55. That is Parker Scott. And 2 is outside, defending All-Star Champion. Out of Sacramento, California, the Burchard Financial Harris Distributing C&H Veteran Enterprises 101, Caleb Henry. Row number 3 to the inside out of Mercer, Pennsylvania. Driving the McCandless Ford, Priest Enterprises McCandless Trailer Sales 29, Logan McCandless. And rolling off in that 6th position from Lemoore, California, driving the Burmeister Racing. Sunny Signs, Burmeister's Trophies, DMI Kaiser Wheels, number 16, Gage the Spider Garcia. Row number 4 to the inside. Out of Fairland, Indiana, driving the Rudzik Excavating AL Driveline, Centerline Boring Smith Titanium 49X, Cale Thomas. And rolling off in that 8th position out of Elveda, Ohio, driving the Ohio Logistic Truck Works of Ohio, Diesel Works, Kaiser Wheels, North Baltimore Custom Cut Meats, number 15K, Creed Kemenaw. Row number 5 to the inside out of Enon Valley, Pennsylvania, driving the Shell Haas Landscape Construction, Karski Security, Bobby Clark Racing, Watkins Turf Care, McFarland, number 38, Leighton Wagner. And starting to his outside in the 10th position, out of Plano, Texas, driving the Vance Cast Stone Frame Up Fence, Crown Battery, Shingle, Monkey, Roofing, High Speed, Low Drag Racers Realm 19, it's T.J. Michael, row 6. To the inside, out of Salina, Ohio, driving the Ron Jacobs Trucking, May Painting and Sandblasting, CEI number 2X, that's Gage Etkin. And rolling off into the 12th position, out of Sheboygan Falls, Wisconsin, driving the BMRE Electric Carts, Kaiser Aluminum Wheels, Wisconsin Hot Cheese Entry, that is Todd King. Your last row to the inside. Out of Allenton, Michigan, driving the Crest Lincoln, Ron's CarQuest Catch Fence, Armada 5E, it's Bobby Elliott. And a scratch for the evening, the 5AU of Brock Hallett out of Adelaide, Australia. So 13 cars, 12 laps, top 4 to tonight's 35-lap A main. Tubbo Towels B main just about set to go green. They will get the one-to-go signal. The Bauman Auto Group pace truck will pull to the infield. Cody Bova, Travis Philo, going to bring him to the green. Philo got that top wing, big angle on it. At the truck stripe, green flag out. Cody Bova right down to the bottom. Travis Philo going to go up to his outside. They go wing to wing down the backstretch for the lead. Bova with the advantage. Travis Philo to his inside. They almost touch wheels. Cody Bova over Travis Philo. Caleb Henry in that third spot. Gage Garcia, the fourth and final transfer for the lead. Slider in 3 and 4. Travis Philo takes the lead. Bova in second. Caleb Henry third. Gage Garcia fourth. Parker Scott fifth. Creed Kemenaw sixth. On the move, the 49X of Cale Thomas. Three laps in, 9 to go. Travis Philo pulling away now from Cody Bova. The race is for third. Give it to Caleb Henry down the backstretch. Gage Garcia, the fourth and final transfer spot. Here comes Creed Kemenaw. Cale Thomas on the move. He'll take the sixth spot down the backstretch. Travis Philo continues out front. The race is for second. Cody Bova, Caleb Henry. Garcia, fourth, fifth. Creed Kemenaw, and sixth. Cale Thomas, spin here on the front stretch. Todd King spins into the infield area to bring out the caution flag. Todd King spins. 5 laps in. Single file past the restart cone. We're just going to go ahead and give Kistler Engines the sponsorship of the restart cone tonight. They get the 1 to go signal. We're going to go racing next time by 5 laps in, 7 to go. Travis Philo, your quick qualifier. Out front, Cody Bova. Second, Caleb Henry third. Fourth, the Gage Garcia. Green back out. Creed Kemenaw going to take a peek to the outside to Gage Garcia for the final transfer position. There's the cross flags halfway home. Creed Kemenaw all over the rear bumper of Gage Garcia for the final transfer spot. They go side by side down the backstretch. Kemenaw going to cross over, almost contact in turn 4. That opens the door for Cale Thomas in the 49X. Travis Philo continues to stretch his lead out of turn 4. Cody Bova, Caleb Henry, your top 3. Gage Garcia in that 4th spot. Laps winding down in your tub of towels. B main. Travis Philo, his lead 1.6 seconds. Everything's kind of calmed down a little bit. The top 4. Philo races out of turn number 4. He'll see the doctor's jacket in the air. The white flag one more time around. Caleb Henry has caught Cody Bova. And here comes Creed Kemenaw. One final shot at Gage Garcia for the final transfer. Checkered flag for Travis Philo. Cody Bova second, third. Caleb Henry, here's the race for the final transfer. Give it to Gage Garcia. Creed Kemenaw 5th, Cale Thomas 6th, Leighton Wagner 7th, Parker Scott 8th, Logan McCandless 9th, 10th, TJ Michael, Bobby Elliott, Todd King, Gage Etkin round out the field. Your top 4 to the A. Finishing 4th will be Gage Garcia 3rd to Caleb Henry 2nd. To Cody Bova, and make some noise for the winner of your Tub of Towels B main out of Bluffton, Ohio. What do you say for the 5T of Travis Philo? A mains, all we have left this evening, and the first one up will be the USAC D2 Midgets. Running out of time to get those 50-50 tickets. Winner share is at $1,400. Come on. Let's see if we can't send somebody home with $1,500, maybe $1,600. Midgets making their way into the staging area. Mr. Christian Dunn.
Thank you very much, Brian. 19 drivers, 20 laps for the first A main of the night for the USAC Midwest Thunder D2 Midgets. Presented by Performance Electronics. Lineup is as follows. The driver on the pole out of Cox Creek, Kentucky, driving the Fedorchak Racing CP Mobile Shrink Wrap number 21G, it's Chet Gerke. Starting second out of Belpre, Ohio, driving the Best Title Agency, Nick Bibby's Allstate Insurance, Scott C's McCarthy Real Estate, Beth Hatchin of Sel Weigel, Fred and Martha Kroc Pro Marine Easy Dock. It is the 18 of Zach Weigel. Starting third out of Danville, Indiana, it's the 2 of Tristan Brown. Fourth starter out of Ludlow Falls, Ohio, driving the Heitmeyer Concrete, Ohio Logistics, Hirsch Pharmacy, Ironhead Tires, Skunkwork.ai, Innovative Woodworking. It is the 74H of the Ohio Hammer, Luke Hall. Starting fifth out of Winchester, Indiana, driving the Freedom GMC Cockrell Farm, Starlight Skating, Fattest Lawn Care is the 11X of Jalen Cox. Sixth starter out of Waterford, Michigan, driving the Fedorchak Racing, CP Mobile Shriek Wrap, Terrell Electric, Haslick Trucking, it's the 49 of Carl Peterson Jr. Seventh starter out of Orient, Ohio, driving the Grass Inc. Indy Cylinder Heads, Hatfield Used Cars, Central Ohio Fabrication, Hunter Rutledge, it is the 5D of Jonathan Decker. Starting eighth, the 2024 Series champion out of Troy, Ohio, driving the Creative Label, Summit Industrial Flooring, American Advanced Assemblies, Lavender Home Improvements, Roofs Painting, Heath Murray State Farm Agent, Double J Construction. It's the 35 of B. Mass Bryce Massengill. Ninth starter out of Covington, Ohio, driving the JTC Outdoor Services, Sidex Performance Powder Coating, Donners Bay Resort. It's the 36 of Ian Krieger. 10th starter out of Delphus, Ohio, driving the OEM Auto Recyclers, Pittsburgher Supply, 22 Skunk Works, Bell Helmets, High Speed TIT Graphics, Helmet and Painting, NRE Restoration. It is the 22 of Gunnar Lucius. Starting 11th out of Anna, Ohio, the 2022 Series champion, driving the Thrill Seeker LLC, Briggs Farms, Rosewood Machine and Tools, Superior Bearing and Supply, White's Honda and Toyota of Lima, Ohio, Jason Deach Trailer Sales. It's the 71 of Stratton Briggs. Starting 12 out of Brookville, Ohio, driving the Clayton Auto Parts Advanced Racing Suspension, Dwayne Nybert Custom Trailers, Top Line Graphics. It's the 7M of Cole Morgan. 13th starter, last year's Rookie of the Year, out of Norwood, Ohio, driving the Team Taylor Racing, Erlen Chrysler Jeep Dodge, Hilton Auctioneers, Midwest Roofing Technicians, Mid-Ohio Development. It's the 11 of Buddy Hallmeyer. 14th starter out of Jameson, Ohio, it's the 11S of Ashley Schloss. 15th starter out of Miller City, Ohio, driving the Marco's Pizza, William Bond Company, Dale's Concrete, BJ's Auto Sales, Lakeside Propane. It's the 99L of Tate and Long. Starting 16th out of Continental, Ohio, driving the Rhino City Speed Shop, it's the 18N of Derek Knopfsinger. 17th starter out of Pickwill, Ohio, driving the Bryan Brothers Painting and Restoration, it's the 40J of Jason Schaefer. 18th starter out of St. Louis, Missouri, driving the Faith Group LLC 2W, it's John Watson. And final starter out of Pleasant Hill, Ohio, driving the Adaptive Machine Company, the Gas and Family Data Roofing, Local Coffee and Cream, Sub-Zero Heating and Air, Sidex Inc. It's a 21 of Dylan Trost. Again, Christian Dunn alongside Bella Hall. Bella, welcome back up here. I'm interested if you made it down to Dylan Trost camp to see what was going on behind the underneath the hood of that car.
First, I'll say it before and I'll say it again. We need to invest in a golf cart.
We do need a golf cart. It'll be in the budget in 2027.
Would like to buy or donate a golf cart? That'd be great. Yes, I did make it down there, and he seemed like a happy camper. So I'm going to say we got something figured out, and it wasn't that big of a deal, but we will see in this feature what he can do.
We're talking about the 21 of Dylan Trost. He's currently lined up on the inside of turn number 2. I believe he's the only car out there in turn number 2. Hopefully he's able to push off. We're looking here at the redraw. Oh, boy. Who redrew the 9? Ian Krieger. How many 9s does he have in the last 2 years? Because it has to be nearly double digits.
Yeah, it's getting up there for sure. I know that.
And he's just so fast, but he always has to work his way from the back because he redraws those 9s. If he could just redraw the 1 every now and then, perhaps we could see him back in the win column. Yeah, just the front row.
Something closer up there.
And he is in a backup car tonight. Perhaps not as much speed as we see in the primary car. Again, it's a non-points night, so we're seeing some things done differently than we normally do during the regular season. Looking at the starting lineup through other spots, Zach Weigel, he has 1 start, 1 win on the season. That one coming at Circle City. That was also a Thursday night race. We're back here on another Thursday night on Waynesfield Raceway Park. He's going to be one, the S2 Cyber, number 18, halfway down the front stretch. Has to be one of the favorites to win here tonight.
Absolutely. And usually, speaking of it being Thursday night, our class is usually pushing the upper 20s. With it being a late night race, these aren't people's full-time jobs, so some of them still have a day job. Can't usually make it here on time. So we are glad to have the class that we have tonight. And I'm assuming they're going to put on a pretty good feature.
Yeah, we also have other drivers who just don't want to risk damaging their car or damaging their
Absolutely.
equipment on a race where there's points not involved. But everyone out here, they showed up tonight, and they want that win. Chet Gerke, his second start of the season, his season debut last week at Lima, had a great night with us. He redrew that 1. Every time he starts up front, he's always a contender for the lead. I would not be surprised to see Chet pick up the checker flag here tonight.
Totally agree, and he's definitely one to protect the bottom 2, but he's also not scared to roll the top every once in a while, so it'll be interesting to see which line he chooses to start off this feature.
Tristan Brown starting 3rd, first season with us. He's been fast all season long. The Ohio Hammer Luke Hall starting 4th. You can't count him out from the outside of row number 2.
Definitely not. He likes to run the high line as well. Most that watch him and follow him know that. So, and this is one of his all-time favorite tracks as well. I had that inside scoop, you know. So.
I believe this is the track where Jerry Keyser, former track announcer, nicknamed him the Ohio Hammer.
Yes,
so,
absolutely.
A lot of good memories here at Waynesfield Raceway Park. Jalen Cox redrew the 5. Carl Peterson with a great start in 6. Jonathan Decker had an amazing heat run. He's starting 7th. Bryce Massengill, he's going to be fun to watch from the outside of row number 4, the 2024 Series champion. It's been 11 races since he's last visited Victory Lane. He has 18 career wins all time. Would you be surprised to see him get it done here tonight?
No, I wouldn't be surprised. And BMAS does always find a way to work through that traffic no matter what race it's in. You guys seen it in the heat race tonight. So I would not count him out for anything no matter where he starts in the field.
Also, race fans, something that we like to do, as do many tracks around the country, is light up the sky with your cell phones. So when we do our wave lap, we ask that you participate by standing up, turning on your phone, showing them the light. They do notice it. They talk to us about it all the time, don't they?
They absolutely do. The drivers love seeing you guys wave, and whether you can see it or not, they're all tight in their belts, but they do put that little hand up there, and they appreciate seeing your guys' lights and waves. So when we come around this next time,
they notice the lights, that's for sure.
Feel free to give them a wave lap.
So we should get the one to go here in a couple laps here. They're just making sure the lineup is correct. We'll continue to go through the starting lineup here before we get the official wave lap. So we saw Bryce Massengill is starting 8th, Ian Krieger starting 9th. We covered him. Gunnar Lucius wants a win bad. He's going to start 10th. Stratton Briggs, the former champion, starting 11th. Cole Morgan, the Brookville, Ohio driver. All right, on your feet, race fans. If you don't mind, this is your wave lap. Get out those cell phones, wave to these drivers, show them the lights on your phone, show them how much you appreciate them coming out tonight, and you'll see them wave back to you coming off at turn number 4. This is the starting lineup for the USAC Midwest Thunder D2 Midgets, presented by Performance Electronics.
You guys are great. This is great.
Best wave lap of the season right here.
Absolutely. You guys have topped the best, the number 1.
And we don't say that everywhere we go, that's for sure. Just the previous 4 tracks. Going green next time by. I need to wear an earplug in my right ear. That's what I need to do. Here we go. Night T drivers, 20 laps. The only visit of the year here at Waynesfield Raceway Park. We are green. Leading the field into turn number 1 is going to be Chet Gerke, but with the momentum is Zach Weigel. Luke Hall from 4th to 3rd. He's side by side for 2nd. Up front, it's Weigel, a former winner here.
So far, everyone keeping it clean around the first laps. Your winner across the flag stand will be Zach Weigel. Not your winner. Your leader across the flag stand will be Zach Weigel, kind of running that middle to top line. We'll see if he can keep it steady here and hold his place and get across to the checkered flag.
Winner, leader, it's all the same thing. Zach Weigel continues to lead. Chet Gerke 2nd. Luke Hall running 3rd. Tristan Brown 4th. Bryce Massengill looking for 5th. He started 8th. He will get by Jalen Cox and Carl Peterson. Bryce Massengill will set his sights on the 2 of Tristan Brown. John Watson pulling off down the backstretch. Luke Hall looking to the high side of Chet Gerke. He's trying to get a run. Closing in is the Ohio Hammer, Luke Hall.
Absolutely, he is getting around that spot, and like we said, Bryce Massengill always finding his way to work through traffic. He is attempting that bottom line slider right now, and we'll see what he can do here in just a couple laps.
Close quarters racing down the backstretch. Dylan Trost is going to come to a stop up at turn number 4. Yellow out for the 21 of Dylan Trost. Well, we talked about him, and apparently issues not solved under the 21 of Dylan Trost. Tough break for him. Dylan going up to Owasso Motorsports Park on Saturday running some kart races.
Back to his roots.
Back to his roots. I think he's like undefeated in Junior 3 competition at the Rumble the last 3 years.
If he's not, it's got to be pretty close.
The well-accomplished kart driver. This is his second year with the USAC Midwest Thunder D2 Midgets. I want to give a shout-out to Sweet Tea, TJ Borsos, who's not here tonight, running for Rookie of the Year, as well as Landon Francis. Landon Francis has been fast all year. He's not here tonight. Another kart driver running full-time with us, but skipping out since it's a non-points race. And what about Jim Jones? Jim Jones not here tonight either. Although Jim is sending me texts, giving me, what's the word I'm looking for, where they correct you politely, like
constructive criticism.
Yeah.
Yes.
And he's full of himself tonight, giving me a bunch of messages.
He has been in the booth a couple times, so you can't count him out.
That's true. He's your replacement.
He is.
Zach Weigel will be scored as the race leader. So timing and scoring did have Luke Hall ahead of Chet Gerke before the caution came out, so he's going to be up to second. 4 laps scored, 16 left to go. Normally we do 25 laps, only 20 tonight. And we'll see what Luke Hall can do here in turns 1 and 2. I'm interested to see the line that Zach Weigel does in turns 1. I'm pretty sure I know the line that Luke Hall will take in 1 and 2.
You know we didn't make a pick.
We didn't. I'm taking BMAS.
I'll take Luke Hall.
You would. Here we go, green flag.
So not quite legit as it could be, but from this point on.
So a great start for Zach Weigel. He'll pull away down the backstretch. Luke Hall to the top. Not the best restart for him. Chet Gerke in third. Bryce Massengill trying to close in on Tristan Brown. Bryce Massengill to the top. He likes the bottom. The last 2 races, though, we've seen him ventured up to the top side of the racetrack.
And also notice, I'm not sure where the cameras are, but Jonathan Decker making big moves on that high side. He is choosing a different line than most of his competitors, and he is making some steady ground up.
Massengill closing in on Tristan Brown, trying to get a run on the outside off of turn number 2. Massengill in that purple and white number 35. Looks like he should be able to clear the 2 of Tristan Brown off of turn number 4. Now he'll set his sights on third place running Chet Gerke.
Zach Weigel still your leader, holding a steady pace on that top line. He is looking extremely comfortable. Luke Hall trying everything he can to make up the time and chase him down.
Massengill closing in even more. Approaching lap traffic. Jason Schaefer's going to go to the bottom of the racetrack, yield the way to race leader Zach Weigel. Luke Hall running second, Chet Gerke third. Massengill 4th, Tristan Brown 5th, Jalen Cox 6th. Jonathan Decker with a great run running 7th. He redrew the 7. He's still running in 7th as he tries to close in on Jonathan Decker. Still a great battle for Bryce Massengill. Bryce Massengill trying everything he can to get around Chet Gerke, but up front it's a big lead for Zach Weigel.
Absolutely, and Luke Hall behind him hitting that rut and losing some ground to Zach Weigel. We'll see if he can make it up, and Bryce Massengill attempting to make a move on the bottom to try for that 3rd spot.
Just over 2 seconds for the flying Ohioan of Zach Weigel. A big moment for Luke Hall there in turns 3 and 4, able to settle the car back in. Here comes Bryce Massengill to the top side of Chet Gerke. Those 2 doing battle all race long. Off of turn number 2, Massengill noses ahead a little bit. He'll stick to the middle of the racetrack in turns 3 and 4. Down to the bottom is Chet Gerke. 8 laps to go in this feature race. Bryce Massengill clears Gerke. He'll set his sights on Luke Hall.
That top 3 looking pretty steady for now. Chet Gerke still trying to taste down Bryce Massengill, but there is definitely a big gap between Zach Weigel and Luke Hall for that 1st and 2nd spot.
2.6 second advantage for Zach Weigel. Has more lap cars. The next one looks to be the 7M of Cole Morgan as they go around Jason Schaefer one more time. Luke Hall still running 2nd. No change to the top 3 or 4. Best battle is for 5th as Jalen Cox tries to close in on Tristan Brown.
Really happy to see Jalen Cox back with us. He has taken a couple weeks off, but every time he hits the track, he is fast and tries to do the best that he can to put on a show, and he is doing it tonight in attempts to make a run at that next spot up behind that two.
5 laps to go for race leader Zach Weigel. He's halfway down the backstretch. There's one car in between him and second place running Luke Hall. It was still 2.7 seconds to the previous lap. 4 to go for Zach Weigel into turn number 1.
Zach Weigel running a great and clean race. No problems for him thus far, and he is keeping it clean, approaching Tate and Long and lap traffic as we speak.
Good battles throughout the field. If the caution flag comes out, it'll be really interesting to see what Bryce Massengill can do. Heavy lap traffic for Weigel. He's going to go around Tate and Long. Now there's going to be 2 lap cars in between Zach Weigel and Luke Hall. Up to the top of the racetrack off of turn number 4. Zach Weigel continues to lead. 3 to go.
As we mentioned, Zach Weigel running the full USAC Midget Tour, and he has been doing great there, so it's always good to see him come back and run a race with us, and as we can see, he's good anywhere he goes.
White flag out. 1 lap to go for the 18 of Zach Weigel. Still more lap cars in between him and Luke Hall. He's going to take the middle of the racetrack off of turn number 2. He's going to get around Buddy Hallmeyer, or try to get around Buddy Hallmeyer, a pair of 11s in front of him. Around the cushion off of turn number 4. The Flying Ohioan will pick up his second win in his second start in 2026. And we'll head down to the infield for the driver interview. Make some noise, race fans. Zach Weigel picking up the 2 starts this year. 2 wins. The first one coming on a Thursday at Circle City. Another one here on a Thursday at Waynesfield. Not his first win either. If you watch the National Midgets, you'll see Zach Weigel running full time with them. I'm coming, man. I'm coming. They're going to get a couple pictures real quick as they're waiting for me to show up. All right, Zach. Not ready for me yet. All right. No stranger to this. This will move him up one more spot in the all-time list with the USAC Midwest Thunder Midgets. Hey, 2 starts this year, 2 wins. Both of those wins coming on a Thursday night. This is a track you're so good every time you come. Definitely not your first win here. What did it take to get it done here tonight?
Oh, we just know what we have. We know what to do with the car. Every time we unload, I feel like we're one of the best cars here. But I run national full-time for a living, so I don't get to come and race with Dad very often. So it's cool just to be out here with him, just having fun, man.
Talk about that real quick. You don't have to come back and run with the D2 Midgets. You do run full-time for the second year with the National Midgets, but yet you choose to come back. What makes you decide to do that?
I just love racing, man. I'll drive anything with 4 wheels on any day of the week. This is just one of the opportunities that I have, and just blessed to be able to do it as much as I do.
Go ahead and thank your partners, everyone that helped you out here tonight.
Yes, so Pro Marine, Deaton's Easy Dock, McCarthy Real Estate, Nick Bibby, Allstate Insurance. I'm probably forgetting a bunch. I'm stumping here, but just thankful for Dad and Kyle and my grandpa for coming out this weekend.
Congratulations again on the win. Make some noise, race fans. The Flying Ohioan Zach Weigel picking up the feature win here at Waynesfield.
Some tough news for the A main. Craig Mintz, who is scheduled to roll off 4th, has scratched for the evening.
Ryan, the horn has sounded. 3 minutes yet before these cars have to be on the racetrack as double horns will be sounded here. So we are just 3 minutes away from A main action here for the Overwatch Precision Ohio Speedweek presented by Kistler Racing Engines here at Waynesfield Raceway Park. And Brian, we'll be right back here to end the season with $10,000 on the line, as well as with the Mercer date raining out in May, we race at Mercer the night before for $10,000. So a winning purse of $20,000 that to end the season. And before that, we now go $20,000 in winning purse to end Ohio Speed Week with Fremont getting a $10,000 win race tomorrow.
Good paydays for the regional all-star circuit of champions. And cars moving their way on the staging area, so we will have 25 cars and stars tonight.
50-50's at 16:05.
Slab, you should be about last call.
That's it, yeah.
16?
Yes, 16:05.
50-50 at over $1,600. Last call for those 50-50 tickets. Last call for those 50-50 tickets.
To all of our viewers watching on FloRacing 24/7, thank you for tuning in tonight. For even more racing action, stream FloRacing anytime in the Flo Sports app. As cars hit the speedway, we get ready for tonight's A main event. And using an all-star provisional starting in the 25th spot from Enon Valley, Pennsylvania, the Shell Haas Landscape Construction, McFarland Lumber Pallets, Bobby Clark Racing, Watkins Turf Care, Karski Security, 38. That is Leighton Wagner.
Starting in that 24th position, he's got a win at Attica Raceway Park, a win at Fremont Speedway in 2026. Out of Fairland, Indiana, driving the Rudzik Excavating, AL Driveline, Centerline Boring, Smith Titanium, 49X, Cale Thomas. And rolling off to his inside, out of Lemoore, California, driving the Sunny Signs, DMI, Kaiser Wheels, Willwood Brakes, Triple X, Graber Racing Components, Burmeister Trophies, NAPA Bryan number 16, Gage the Spider Garcia.
Row number 11 on the outside from Sacramento, California, the Triple J Towing, Burchard Financial, Harris Distribute, All-Star Performance, Valvoline 101, that is Caleb Henry. And to the inside, from Struthers, Ohio, the JS Bova Excavating Pro Quality Demo, Southeastern Equipment, Seneca Bob Sub Shop, 20B, Cody Bova.
Starting in the 20th position, tonight's quickest qualifier out of Bluffton, Ohio, driving the Control Design Solutions, Tire Slick, Bomber Reynolds, Banshee Graphics 5T, it's Travis Philo. And racing off to his inside, out of Mooresville, Indiana, driving the Ceiling Motorsports, Northwest Ohio Towing and Recovery, Sugar Street Bar and Grill number 97, it's Zach Hampton.
Row number 9 on the outside from Adrian, Michigan, in the Ed Neumeister Racing, Cherry's Propane, Cherry's Outdoor World, L&M Properties, Port Racing 11N, Darren Nida. To the inside,
.410 cubic inch, 900 horsepower sprint cars as being like fighter jets in a gymnasium in this high bank third mile track. Chalk line's been set. Alex, bring us to green.
so lineup getting a double look over here. Ladies and gentlemen, the drivers have been informed to assemble the 4-wide salute to salute you, the fans, for coming out here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, in 1970, the All-Star Circuit of Champions were born. It is the longest touring wing sprint car series and the only Circuit of Champions. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the NAPA Auto Parts All-Star Circuit of Champions presented by Valvoline.
Some guys starting up front of this one looking to turn their season around here at Waynesfield. Chris Andrews, not a really good start to the 2026 racing season. He's your pole sitter. Bombing out a group pace truck to the infield. Alex.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's about to go down because it's time to throw down here at Waynesfield Raceway Park. This is your A-Main Showdown. Green flag is out in night number 4. Chris Andrews going to lead him into turn number 1 and 2. DJ Foose to the inside on Bryce Lucius for that second spot. Foose to the inside. Here comes Tim Schaefer. He'll make it a 3-car race, but Chris Andrews leads lap number 1. Here comes Lucius. Now he'll go to the bottom side. Danny Dietrich as well. So a lot of drivers trying to work the bottom side in the opening laps.
Chris Andrews out front of this one. Bryce Lucius in second, but what a race for third. DJ Foose in the 3, the 45 of Tim Schaefer, and the 48 of Double D Danny Dietrich.
Zess Sabo closing in on Cap Henry, but Danny Dietrich, if he can finish ahead of Zess Sabo, we might have a new Ohio points leader going into Fremont tomorrow night. But out front, Chris Andrews just looking for his second career All-Star win.
Chris Andrews will catch the back of the pack, and they are racing side by side here in another lap. Bryce Lucius staying within 3 car lengths of him, exiting turn 2. DJ Foose comfortably in third. Fourth now to Tim Schaefer, battle for fifth. Nate Dussel up on the wheel to the outside of Danny Dietrich.
Gavin Bouchel off the pace as we'll try and get into the pit area, but it will not happen. So just as lap traffic was going to become an issue for Chris Andrews, Gavin Bouchel in his first career All-Star A-Main appearance, he will not make it to the pit area, so he'll pull off and possibly head to the grit work area, but 5 laps in, and Chris Andrews was out to a blistering pace, a 1.2 second advantage over the field in just 5 laps.
Well, Chris Andrews, the yellow fawing, very opportunistic for him. It keeps him out of lap traffic. Clean air, clean racetrack. Zane DeVault going to the work area as well as Gavin Bouchel.
And crews will get to work on both cars, and we'll see if either one can rejoin the field again. The grit work area brought to you by Grit Nicotine Pouches. Their saying is all grit, no quit. And Brian, that saying fits very well for the work area, because if you ever watch a work area in a sprint car race, it is the definition of all grit, no quit, because everyone is a helping hand, and you see about 20 people. There's more people there than I think anyone expects to be there.
Again, Chris Andrews, this would be a huge shot in the arm with 30 laps to go for him to score an all-star win here. Bryce Lucius switching teams to that Effner Motorsports number 27H. DJ Foose is a new team for him in 2026 as well. Kevin Schlachter putting together a 410 for DJ Foose. He owns a couple 305 sprints that race at Fremont and Attica. Tim Schaefer filling in for Devin Borden tonight in that 4 spot. And 5th now to Danny Dietrich. Nate Dussel trying to keep his momentum after getting that Ron Cayley win at Limaland last Friday night.
Brian, we got to talk about the 66 of Ryan Newton was quick Friday night at Attica before him and Cap Henry get into it, a DNF there. Quick, starts on the pole at Sharon, hits the wall, a DNF there. We go to Wayne County, again, goes out, makes the game main, but it looks like another DNF. So can the 66 put together a good night? Because if so, going into the final 2 nights, he might be a threat.
Aiden Price in that 8th spot. They put a new car together after his mishap Monday at the Wayne County Speedway. Cap Henry, a former Speedweek champion, just having some struggles. Crash while battling for the lead over at Attica Raceway Park. And Zach Myers and the Jeff Ward Demolition 33 team trying to get the 33 back on the right step. Zess Sabo's first career All-Star win at Sharon Speedway. runs in that 10th position. Lights out on the speedway. We're set to go back to green. 5 laps in, 30 to go.
Tough break for Gavin Bouchel, as it looks like his night is done. Zane DeVault did rejoin the field here as 5 in, 30 to go. Green flag back in the air. Bryce Lucius there comes awfully close to passing Chris Andrews before the cone. Tim Schaefer to the outside of DJ Foose, but Foose going to hold on to the 3rd spot. Here comes Danny Dietrich to the inside of Tim Schaefer, 3 wide for the 3rd spot. Schaefer now going to slide in front of Foose. He'll take over the 3rd spot. The 3 of DJ Foose back to the inside. Battle for 3rd. A little contact there between Schaefer and Foose. Opens a door. Here comes Dietrich and Dussel.
Chris Andrews cannot shake Bryce Lucius. Stays within 5 car lengths of him. DJ Foose has now solidified that 3rd spot with 8 laps in.
Cap Henry throws a haymaker, but Ryan Newton ducked underneath it to hold on to position. And you look at it right now. The front 5 running the top side. Everyone else in the back of the pack sticking to the bottom side. And Chris Andrews still cannot get away from Bryce Lucius.
Nate Dussel around Danny Dietrich into the top 5 now. The 1 car on the move as Zach Hampton goes pit side. 10 laps in, this time by. 10 laps for Chris Andrews. His lead still under a second. Bryce Lucius within 3 car lengths of him. Down the back stretch and another 2 laps. Heavy lap traffic for the lead.
Lap traffic on the horizon for Chris Andrews as Tim Schaefer and Nate Dussel. Dussel going to get by Tim Schaefer for the 4th spot. Up front though, Chris Andrews enters turn 3 and 4 with lap traffic battling for position. Zane DeVault, Leighton Wagner, and Cody Bova.
The car on the move is the 1 of Nate Dussel. Dussel into the top 4. Here comes Lucius to the rear bumper of Chris Andrews as we get set to hit heavy lap traffic. 13 laps in. That allows DJ Foose to close. The top 3 run nose to tail out of turn 2. Nate Dussel has moved that top wing to the trunk, trying to catch the top trio. 14 laps in this time, and Andrews is in lap traffic.
Chris Andrews still cannot get by Cody Bova. Leighton Wagner also in the way there as Chris Andrews goes to the top side. He'll try and get to the top and around Bova. Now Bryce Lucius going to join him on the top side, but it looks like Bryce Lucius' car just found into 2nd gear.
Chris Andrews, Bryce Lucius, side by side for the lead with a lap car down to the inside. Down to complete lap 16. Chris Andrews, Bryce Lucius, nose to tail.
Lucius now going to go 3 wide yet again for the race lead. Chris Andrews holding off Bryce Lucius. Nate Dussel now on the attack of DJ Foose. Dussel goes to the inside. He'll try and slide up in front. Not going to clear the slider. So Lucius to the race lead. Nate Dussel, DJ Foose still going at it for 3rd as now Chris Andrews has to go in attack mode.
18 laps in, this time by. We are past halfway and Bryce Lucius is your leader. Chris Andrews in 2nd, DJ Foose 3rd, Nate Dussel 4th. 5th to Tim Schaefer, Danny Dietrich 6th, Ryan Newton 7th, Cap Henry 8th, Aiden Price 9th, and Ricky Peterson your top 10.
And contact between Peterson and your points leader, Zeth Sabo, and problem for Zeth Sabo as now Cole Duncan gets behind him, caution flag, and major problems for your Ohio Speedweek points leader. Ricky Peterson Jr. and Zeth Sabo get into it on the front stretch. Zeth Sabo off the pace. Cole Duncan gets behind him. They both go around bringing out the caution flag. And Brian, we talked about Speedweek points getting interesting with Zeth Sabo was running in 11th. Danny Dietrich was running in 6th. There wasn't that far of a gap between them with Cap Henry also in the top 10. But now this might just open this much bigger as Parker Price Miller on the move as well. He's up to the 12th spot.
19 laps are in. 16 to go. Bryce Lucius looking to pick up his first win in the Mike Hefner 27H. Chris Andrews in 2nd. DJ Foose, good run in 3rd. Nate Dussel into that 4th spot. Nate always runs well here at the field. He started in the 9th spot up to 4th. 5th, Tim Schaefer. 6th, Danny Dietrich. 7th to Cap Henry, 8th Ryan Newton, 9th Aiden Price, and 10th to Ricky Peterson.
Brian, while we have an Ohio Speedweek points, the All-Star points getting interesting as well. Cale Thomas had to take his first provisional of the year. He's up 11 spots to 14th. Right behind him, the 101 of Caleb Henry. He's up 8 spots. Leighton Wagner up 7 spots. Parker Price Miller up 6 spots. So there's a lot of passing going on in the back of the pack there. And that's where Chris Andrews lost the race lead because everyone battling for position. The top side's there, the bottom side's there. And everyone found, and again, Bryce Lucius, when he went to the top side, that was a second gear for that 27H.
Let's see if Cole Duncan and we're past halfway. So no guaranteed time in the work area. The lineup is set.
At this point, Zeth Sabo could end up finishing about 22nd, 23rd if he cannot magically get out of this work area. This could write an end to that points lead for Zeth Sabo. But again, we go into a racetrack where Zeth Sabo had very well success at Fremont Speedway. And then we go to Wayne County where that's the wild card race because we saw what Caleb Henry could do there.
Danny Dietrich, this is going to be a great Speedweek points night for the Gettysburg, Pennsylvania driver. Here we go. Green flag set to go. 19 laps in of the 35. Bryce Lucius, great restart. Chris Andrews spun the wheels there a little bit. There goes Nate Dussel outside of DJ Foose for that 3rd spot. Nate Dussel on the move. He's not done yet. He's going to look for 2nd and 3 and 4.
3-car battle as DJ Foose to the inside on Dussel now. Side by side into turn number 1 and 2. Dussel with a great run in 1. He goes to the outside of Andrews. We have a 3-car battle as Dussel goes to the inside. He'll throw a slider for 2nd.
Move Nate Dussel up into the runner-up position. Andrews back to 3rd, 4th, DJ Foose, and into the top 5, Danny Dietrich.
Dietrich, Cap Henry battling it out as Dietrich throws a slider. Henry now to the inside. That's a battle what could be for your points lead after the end of the night. Cap Henry right behind Danny Dietrich. Then it's Schaefer and Newton. But up front, Bryce Lucius. Lap traffic now on the horizon for the 27H.
23 laps in. He's got a 1.7 second lead for Bryce Lucius over Nate Dussel. Chris Andrews still 3rd. DJ Foose 4th. Danny Dietrich your top 5. But as Alex said, lap traffic looms ahead with 24 laps in the books.
Cap Henry throws a slider on Danny Dietrich. It's battle between your top 2 in All-Star points. Cale Thomas and Caleb Henry side by side. That battle is for your 12th spot, actually 13th, as Trey Jacobs in front of them.
Move Cap Henry into the top 5 as he gets around Danny Dietrich. Heavy lap traffic on the horizon for your leader, Bryce Lucius. 26 laps in, 9 to go.
And don't look now. Parker Price Miller looking to get into the top 10. He is right behind Ricky Peterson Jr. as lap traffic. The 27H of Bryce Lucius right behind Cody Bova, and it's going to get interesting.
His lead going in the lap traffic, a tick under 1.5 seconds. 7 laps to go for Bryce Lucius, and he is in heavy, thick lap traffic. The lead down to 1.2 seconds. That time by Nate Dussel took half a second off the lead of Bryce Lucius.
Bryce Lucius' first 2 All-Star wins coming during Ohio Speed Week. Nate Dussel looking for his first career All-Star win. As they are still in lap traffic, Lucius there goes to the middle. Nate Dussel trying to get by Cody Bova, and he will, going into turn number 3 and 4, and still lap traffic problems for the 27H as Aiden Price off the paces. He'll try and get to the pit area, if so, we'll stay green.
5 laps to go, 5 flanges in the air. Bryce Lucius out front of this one. His lead this time by is under a second. Nate Dussel is on the move. He can see Bryce Lucius 4 car lengths separate the top 2.
Dussel gets by Hank Davis. No more lap cars. In between, here comes Chris Andrews as well. We're going to have a 3-car race for the race lead as Lucius goes to the bottom. Andrews trying to get to the inside on Dussel.
The lead was a tick under a second that time by. 2 laps to go for Bryce Lucius, trying to pick his way through the lap traffic. Nate Dussel, he has his hands full now with Chris Andrews. The lead still 9/10 of a second. The white flag will be in the air out of turn 4. Alex, bring us home.
Bryce Lucius still can't get by as Chris Andrews gets by Bryce Lucius. We're going to have a 3-car battle final lap. All go to the bottom, down the backstretch they will go. Lucius going to try and go to the inside on Gage Garcia. He'll slide up. Chris Andrews, drag race to the line. Chris Andrews is going to win it. Chris Andrews at the line gets it done for his 3rd career All-Star win over Bryce Lucius.
Wow. Oh my goodness, race fans, what do you say? Last corner, last lap pass, his 3rd career All-Star win. What do you say for Chris Andrews? Unofficially, Bryce Lucius 2nd, Nate Dussel 3rd, DJ Foose 4th, Cap Henry 5th, Danny Dietrich 6th, Ryan Newton 7th, Parker Price Miller. What a run for the law firm, up to 8th, Tim Schaefer 9th, and Ricky Peterson, your top 10. This is a season-changing win for the driver out of Sandusky, Ohio.
And he's out of the car, Chris Andrews.
Still got the dog in me. Still got it.
And man, oh man, lap traffic first cost you the race lead, benefits you on that final restart, drag race to the line. The question is, did you know you had it at the line, or did you think it was close?
I kind of knew, my car wasn't that good in the slick, and I had one option. It's like, Chris, you need to ball up and get up there. That's the only way you're going to make up for it. You know, Bryce got the lap traffic. Nate started slapping the curb a little bit. Holy hell, this is awesome. I can't thank my guys enough. It's pretty tough to keep coming here when you got a sport that doesn't love you back as much as you love it sometimes, and we just don't know when to quit.
And I remember pill draw. You got your pill draw number, and I saw a smile on your face. Did you know right there that tonight could have been a good night?
Well, we've been good all night, and we changed some stuff, and it was almost too easy. But this group of guys, you get Speedweek guys together, Attica Fremont guys, and Bryce and Schaefer, and it's a lot harder than what I remember it being. And if I would have tried this hard my whole career, I probably would have done a little bit better. But I can't thank Scott enough, Lexi, and Buddy. Michael, Kistler Engines, Dave at Kistler's, Rural American Beer, Fleet Financial. Just can't thank everybody enough.
Well, that is your winner, the 15C of Chris Andrews. We'll get a word with second place Bryce Lucius. And a driver change. You switch into this car. And it has to feel good, though. This car's had speed all week. Not first place finish, but a podium finish here for the 27H.
Yeah, Kurt, Mike, everyone, Frank, my dad, Roman, everyone that helps on this thing, they gave me a rocket ship tonight and just lost it in the rubber once again. Sucks that's how we lost, but man, I need to somehow get better in the rubber or something. I'm pretty bad in it. Congrats to Chris and everything. He drove right by me like I was sitting still. So congrats to him and everyone over there. But that stings a lot more than the first one.
We know you got a lot of great people backing this car as well.
Yeah, I can't thank everybody enough on this. Rodota, Triple X, Rider Racing Engines, Wings Dynamic, Valco Wheels, Factory Cane, Lincoln Speedway, then Mike Hefner for putting me in this thing, and Kurt, and just everyone that's on this car.
Well, that is your second place finisher, the 27H of Bryce Lucius. And we'll head over to a guy in the one car that looked stellar all night. And I get to talk to you again here. I feel like every time you come to this racetrack, the one car is fast, and another podium as well.
Yeah, I really got rolling there, and unfortunately the rubber came in 1 and 2, and I had to move down. Kind of where I was making my hay was just rolling around and got on the through the middle, and then kind of just maintain. There with 2 to go, I thought the only way I'm going to beat Bryce is if there's some luck down there, and there wasn't. And then here coming back the top, and then I couldn't again too. So congrats to Chris. That was a hell of a run, and he sure as hell earned that. It's great to have another good run here. Just got to get up front and qualify just a tick better, and heat race a tick better.
That is your third place finisher of Nate Dussel. Again, Chris Andrews is your winner here at Waynesfield.
We need the 50-50 number, please. Hey, race fans, thanks to you on the helmet pass, $3,881 was raised for the 3 photographers hurt at Wayne County Speedway. About time you get up here. They were gonna hang us here, up here. I'm telling you. All right, green ticket, 50-50. You can claim this at the front pavilion. Ticket number, green ticket, 51506. 51506-685. Last 3 digits, 685. 51506-685. Thank you for supporting the Wapakoneta girls basketball team. Sure do appreciate it. You can claim that at the pavilion down by the pit area.